You still on the wheel of time? Well, come on in to the rest of it. We gonna need you to get moving now. You gonna have to move a little quicker now. I'm just waiting. Stop. Whenever you get to it, everybody got life going on. I know how that go. Oh my God, Lord, I just get some type of battery pack that go with everything, and literally just keep everything charged because everything over here got a charger, and I don't think if it's enough ports free in my house to charge all these dang devices I got. Good morning. It's crazy. So, y'all know I'm about to hit y'all with what you learned. Good morning. What you learned yesterday in class. I think our classes this week have been okay. They've been a little, see what happened when I get rest? Mm-hmm. See? Uh-oh. See what happens? You see? You see how different the classes is when I'm not exhausted? Uh-huh. They a lot better. Good morning. Good morning. So, Riz, good morning. You was on my mind this morning. That's funny. So, too tickled about your sister. So y'all actually almost watched one of our classes all the way through this morning. Not too bad. I do be a little spacey, but that's because I be getting downloads. So there's that. I be getting downloads in the middle of class. So bear with me. It's not much I can do. So and now y'all cricket. I don't do that. Please don't come over here. Oh, good morning. Okay, so who was interested to find out yesterday that a 3-year-old could be full of thousands of demons? Let's just go ahead and hit the nail on the head. Anybody? Was anybody looking at their toddlers a little differently last night after you got off here? Sean, you was. Anybody else? Mm-hmm. Thousands. Yeah. Yeah. And the 3-year-old. Ain't you crazy? You said Andy looked at him like, I don't know. I always knew it was something. Mm-hmm. Good morning. Good morning. You said I did. So if you took the time to listen in class and then you took the time to go ahead and download the Gates of Hell, do you understand why they have certain things in cartoons and toys now? And how all of the names of all of the characters are the names of fallen angels, children, and ancient gods from a long time ago? And they shorten them like it's always a lily, and most lilies are kind of devious. They're really sweet up front, but if you piss them off, you see a whole different side of them. You mean like Lilith? There's always a Sammy, like a Samael that normally has red hair, or kind of, these things are not coincidence. They're not coincidences, family. That's why I be telling y'all it's very important that when you're watching TV, look at the symbols, pause it, look at everything in the background, all the symbols, all the signs. See if you've seen them somewhere in our readings or whatever it is that we do here. Because you said, yep, everything. Who started watching 30 Coins? Did anybody go and start watching 30 Coins? Please tell me yes. Oh, that was good too. That just the blanket of Jesus got the demons out. Yep. Anything that touch him. Good morning, baby. Good morning. Mm-hmm. That's not for the kids. And don't have it loud where they can hear it either. Put that in your headphones. Good morning, Miss Duncan. So can I ask you a question? After doing the class yesterday and understanding that a child that is only 1,075 days old could be full of thousands of demons, and I tell y'all they are putting these babies on behavioral meds at 6 months, 9 months, a year and a half, and y'all have heard me say them demons have a long time to infiltrate your baby's life. Quit being so quick. Quit being so quick to take a diagnosis from these doctors. They get a check for every prescription that your a nice check. Every single time they sign, I told you I dated a pharmaceutical salesperson for real. And once I figured out how it worked, I said, oh, hell no. Y'all not about to play lab rat with my kid's brain. No, we're not. Schools get kickbacks for signing up so many kids for behavioral meds. Somebody got to be behavioral. Somebody got to have issues with behaving in class. So if they have to make it that, because they need that check. Because who normally recommends your kids for the meds? The teachers, the counselor. Oh. 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 Food and Drug Administration. I just seen something today. A young lady in the UK said all of our nerd candies and all the candies we buy in the packs to give to our kids, on their warning label, it say it cover up all of the back of our. I just watched it. The whole back of the nerds or the whole back of whatever, and says might cause attention, whatever, basically saying your kid is gonna have ADHD if you give them this medicine. Damn near all the candy we give our kids in other countries, even in the UK, it's a blew my mind. I said, I told y'all, food and drugs. They give your kids the food that makes them not be. This is why I started making a lot of my kids snacks and cook cakes and cookies and pies, and stop buying the name brand and start going to Aldi's and getting this stuff from there. Ooh, we talked about it. Ain't crazy how everything we be talking about be showing up on the news. We just talked about the children behavior, and looky, because these chemicals is a part of that whole poison with the pharmacia. Pharmacia is the part of it. It's the whole system. The red dot 40, I told y'all it's them cochineal beetles, and they are poison. But that's what they put in the, and they even changed the name of it a little bit. But if them beetles is the Betsy bug beetles. That's crazy as hell to just be bumping into each other and just moving around and can't sit still. And that's what they put in your baby's Hawaiian punch and all your red drinks. I don't want no parts of it. I'll give me some strawberries and go get some lemonade and some sugar and make this some strawberry lemonade, blueberry lemonade, pineapple lemonade, whatever kind of lemonade they want, or some apple juice. We ain't doing all that. Germany has warnings on them too. Okay, this one I'm talking about right here. I don't understand. Hold on, let's see. Let's see. Okay, here we go. All my American followers, when those candies come out the head, the ingredients get slapped a big warning label. Warning: E102, E10 may have adverse effects on activity and attention in children. Contains genetically modified ingredient. May have, what did she say? May have what? Something basically on an effect on your kids' attention, activity on their intention and motor skills. question. So Enoch wrote 366 books. I learned, and there are 300 books missing. Well, technically, they're not missing. They're just in other places, and he's under other names. They're not all missing. No. Oh, you're talking about the 66 in the Bible? It's more than 300 missing because the book of Adam and Eve ain't even in there. It's way more than that. There's a scripture that says that there's no way Jesus' miracles or the things that have been done, there's not enough paper to write down all the miracles. But yeah, that's why we read what we read over here, honey. The rest of it, and it's so good. Who'll agree? It be having your whole toes wiggling everywhere. Why would you not want to? I can say that when I was overseas, all the snacks, the chips, and candy tasted a lot different. Our chips and candy here actually tasted better, fresher, and less salty. Wow, it's true. I stopped giving my son ADHD, Tourette's, some red stuff, and he's more calmer and focused. Ooh. Change their diet. Change this diet and this diet. See a whole different kid. Yeah. Listen, listen. It's a real thing out here, family. And I hope and pray that y'all see that's why I said what I do is not for whatever most people. I'm not trying to influence nobody to be like me. I'm trying to influence folks to get to know what's really around you and open your damn eyes up and see. It's a lot of stuff that we just been accepting that we don't have to, and it ain't that we about to start a revolution. We just more aware of what's around us, what we putting in our body, what we giving to our kids, the words that we say, all these different things, and it's made our life better. We happier beings. Who sleep better? Don't go to bed tossing and turning as much. Situations don't overwhelm you as much. You don't stress as much. Not saying you don't, but you be like, you know what? Nope, I'm not gonna worry about it. God always take care of me. I'm not about to stress about it. And then all of a sudden, whatever the issue is taken care of. Now, I wanted to finish reading that because I said it 2 days ago. So we're just gonna read why. First of all, oh shoot, God did that. I'm so interested. Listen, I talked to my son. He was like, "Mom," because him and his the people, they own a shop together, like some kind of retro clothing vintage shop thing with the shoes. They sell all the whatever it is, whatever you said, hard to find shoes. I didn't know that the owner was watching too. Who's a Persian guy? He's from Persia. Like literally, I was like, "What?" He was like, "Mom," and he really enjoyed your class. You said what's up? You said y'all was in here the whole time. Really? What? Come on in then. Come on in. And these are young men that are they getting it in too. I think the guy is a little bit older. He might be my age, but that made me yeah. We talked about Persians last week. We talked about Persians yesterday. We talk about Persians all the time. Isn't that cool? So now do you okay. Oh, and let me tell y'all, I finally fixed my flashlight. Queen. Is Queen did I just talk to Queen? Yes, it's one of the mornings. I've been thinking already a lot. Queen, are you here? I don't know if she up yet. We're gonna read the rest of this out because I really think it's interesting. I started on your stuff. It's in there queuing right now. And I told you I'm not no grand artist like Tay and Tasha, but I did my best. Okay. Just finished it. Well, it's cured now, but I think you're gonna like it. Threw in a few extras as well. Huh? She wanted a face because she's swear up and down I could do it, and I Yes. No, well, we ain't gonna say amazing because I told you I'm not no artist. And it come and it go. But I think it's okay. I think you'll be all right with it. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I just want to tell you that gave me something to do last night. Not that I don't have 1,000 other things to do. I did send out books. Uh, Come on in, nephew. You gotta play. Shake them dreads on. Shake them dreads. You gotta do it like that. You gotta. I'm gonna play it for him. Dang it, we on YouTube where I do it. You gotta hit him with the song and then get him in there. My stuff is stiff right now because I need to twist it. But you know the thing. You gotta make sure you play it for him every morning. Just that part. That way he just gets so used to them. It's a thing. How was the meet and greet? What meet and greet? We didn't do it. Are you talking about the one in Tennessee? If you're talking about the one in Tennessee, baby, we had a ball. We ain't had another one just yet. We ain't had another one. Trying to make sure we got all of our disaster stuff first. We had a time in Z, honey. In Z. Kicked it. Ooh, and ate good. Yeah, we was in Tennessee. Townsend. Up in the mountains with the monsters and that was creeping around me and the my mama cabin up there, and my son and the mod's mother heard it. I was knocked out. Listen here, he's 3. Listen, yes, it gave him superpowers. Make sure you tell him that part. Okay, so we go. Mm. Y'all ready for this og or no? Some of y'all got the book, but I said I was gonna finish reading it. So it's called The Lost Book of King Og. I don't want to lose my place. The Lost Book of King Og is what it's called. You can just Google The Lost Book of King Og. I got several places here. I got all of these. Y'all be sending me bookmarks, and then I'll be using them, and then I'll be losing them. Excuse me. This one, this one, this one. And I lose them in the house. Just they be all different places. Okay, so we gonna talk about King Og, who is listed. We already did that yesterday. We know where he's listed. He's a real person that existed, that was listed in the Bible. He's listed in Persian literature and other people. What happened? Nobody. Oh Lord. They, y'all already starting about who about to be in the corner. I ain't even started yet. This gonna be chill. We gonna just chill today. Calm down, y'all. Anticipate. We just go. It's like a research day. Today's an easy day. You know, I got the pink robe on. It's just a comfy day. It might rain or something. I don't know. Damn. Let me get my shield. That's why I always keep my clothes. Because I can't. Folks is already plotting on my demise. I just got up. Oh, man. And we about to read about the war with the giants. So let me go and get my. Get my The OTP. Oh yeah, I see. I know I just sold some yet. Listen, I told y'all. So if we don't buy a certain amount of books in a month, the price go up. But if we buy a certain amount of books in a month, the price goes down. I've been doing it 2 years. I figured out what it is. You see what I'm saying? So they be wanting us to buy a certain amount of books, but if we don't get that many requests or we're doing bill payment or something else, it is what it is. Ain't nobody got time to be dealing with Amazon. But you also know that we got more people that came in. In the last 3 days, I think we didn't have like 30,000 people come through the class. So then there goes that, oh, okay, if they sell an extra 50 or 100, then they gonna knock that number down to make it more attractive. So you gotta remember, it's people that's came in that ain't never been in the class is buying books. So they be playing. Yeah. We made Amazon a lot of money in the last 2 years. Honey, all the bookstores. We know they happy for WOAU, honey. And I ain't just talking about the people that's just still here. I'm talking about people that came and left, but they was in the book craze too. We was listening here, selling books out for months. And I ain't just talking about the OTP. Josephus couldn't find it. The Big Green Book, it's on hold for 3 months. Like we hit the book community hard in 21 and 23. For real, for real. We was busting they head. Matter of fact, I think it was like what 4 of the books that we studied was on Amazon's top 25 sellers list in 22. The OTP, Josephus, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and it was one other book that we did that was on like it was in the top 25 of Christian books or whatever you want to call that book sold. And it. When CERCA came on, I was on the phone. I hung up that thing and said, I gotta go CERCA off. Y'all better quit doing that. That's why people don't like me. That's why people don't like me right now. Stop it. Talk to y'all people. Don't do that. And I told y'all, listen, you said I stay hanging up on people. I am. Oh, y'all are a mess. We said I stay hanging up on people. Oh, y'all so petty. Oh, I love y'all too. I had to do that too. Oh, Lord. I be ending my lives painting when I start getting notifications. Y'all are hilarious. No. Oh, Lord Jesus. Now, no, y'all don't get to do that to your husbands now because it might be an emergency. Husbands and kids off limits with the do not disturb. Lord Jesus. Oh, my God. I just texted when I'm in class. What? Y'all are hilarious. Oh, Jesus. I don't answer the phone. Y'all are, but okay. Coming from the people that used to sneak on the phone in church like this, I'm gonna call you back. I'm at church. Or see your phone ringing and you hurry up and get your church finger and be trying to act like you ain't about to go take a call from your boo. These the same people that used to sneak and be like, I'm at church. I'm gonna call you back. I'm at church. I'm gonna call you back. Not those people. Can't be the same. Oh, listen here. Y'all are hilarious. So we about to bust this all down. Can somebody tell me real quick, and I'm gonna let everybody get in here. Just one quick scripture. We did this yesterday, but we want to know again, just in case people think we crazy. Give me a scripture where King Og of Bashan was mentioned. Somebody tell me the scripture because we got some Christians in here. And I ain't saying we don't believe in Christ. I'm saying we don't identify as that. We just identify people who love the Creator and His Son. Because Christian be giving some people like a bad name and then they don't listen. Joshua 10. Okay. Where else? Thank you, Pumpkin. Where else? Right. Right. Tamika. Where else is he mentioned before so people don't think we're crazy? Deuteronomy 1-3. Thank you. So we know that this is a person that was listed in your KJV. If you're a 66er or coming out of and this is your 66ers Anonymous, Deuteronomy 3 and 11, Numbers 21. Thank you so much, y'all. Okay, so we know that he is listed several times in the Bible. Several times. And again, I'm going to say this is your 66ers Anonymous class welcome. I'm the Dean, CERCA TROVA. That means seeking you shall find. 22 is spiritual light. So the name here means seeking you shall find spiritual light. Who feels like they found spiritual light since they've been over here? Anybody? Not saying you wouldn't save before. I'm just saying, have your spiritual eyes been open to a whole new world since you came to WOIU? Yeah. See how words have power? Do y'all realize every time y'all say my name, y'all saying seeking you shall find? What you doing? Watching Circle? Watching Seeking? Watching Finding? Because some of y'all call me Trova, some of y'all call me Circa, some people say Circa Trova. So, do you realize that every single time that you have said my name that I go by on here, that you're speaking more seeking and finding, and you probably have done more study in the last 2 years than you have in a very long time? You found out things about yourself. You pulled stuff that used to be in the dark out to the light and told the whole world. Wasn't ashamed to tell you, I'm getting rid of this. Yep, I sure did. This happened to me. That happened. Oh. So you see, you find, and then spiritual light comes, huh? And you say Circa or Trova or Circa Trova. Ain't that crazy? If that don't show you that you should be careful of the words that you speak and how your words become your life. Do you see? You and now you look and find in everything. Circa Trova. Seeking you shall find. You found peace. You found some joy. You found some patience. You might have found love for your husband or wife again that you didn't have. You might have found self respect for yourself. You might have found financial freedom. I don't know what all y'all found over here. You might have found yourself over here. You might have found hope here, trust, love, support. I don't know what all you was looking for. You said I like my kids again, girl, because honey, you get to the point where you won't. I know that feeling. I don't think my kids like me right now. Only it's like it goes in spurts. Sometimes they all like me, sometimes one like me, sometimes three. It's four of them, so it's a toss up. Right now, it's about two of them that ain't really messing with me. So I got half and half right about now. Found the true meaning of church and relationship here. Oh, thank you. This how church supposed to be. This how church supposed to be. Free. For you to learn at your own pace and not forced to be nobody else. I was hurt when I came on. I was seeking peace and found it. Come on now. Come on. And can't nobody see you. So this ain't fake. The only person that really gets seen is me. So whatever changes you've done, it's been because you wanted to. It ain't because you faking for the church and doing all of that. It's because you wanted to. You be in your house, at work, in your car, in the basement, at the kids' games, at the grocery store. Ain't nobody forcing you to do nothing. Tatiana said you can't even raise your hands and ask a question up in there. It's all about the production, baby. It's all about the production. Finding yourself is beautiful. Being who God made you to be, man, you live with a lot less stress. Being here, let me know it's okay to be my weird self. I don't have to tone myself down. And don't, because we extra. But in a good way. My eyes are finally open to the things I've been feeling inside that were missing. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. Being who my daddy made you to be, and you be so much happier. So much happier. Fearfully and wonderfully made. That part. Come on now. All right, so let's get this going. This makes me happy, y'all. And this is what I say. This is what I do it for. When I get off of here and I be thinking about y'all, this is the stuff that makes me smile. My father's a pastor. Didn't want to hear about the intimacy of Jesus Christ in the Bible. Oh yes, baby, they not. And ain't that sad? Okay, so an easy way to hit them is to go to Hosea 4 and read it in the easy read version and study that with your dad. Don't hit them with the infancy first. Go through there and break down every word of that like we study here. I don't know if you knew or not. If you not, if you knew, what we do is we go and we get our dictionary because they like that you need a concordance. Yes, we do. Let's get your stuff and let's show you what God has to say to you. So then we break that scripture down. But if you take him to it in the easy read version of the Bible on Bible Gateway and break it down, it's spooky. Didn't it, y'all? We did it, didn't we? We actually have a video about that somewhere. I don't know what it's called. But yes, honey, taking the Hosea 4 and to say, Daddy, let's read Hosea 4 together. But you read it in the easy read version first. Get your dictionary out and every other word except for the and we, break it down. Baby, it's going to blow your mind, honey. His too. Okay, so come on. So now that we know that Og is listed in the Bible several places, this is the last words of the Rephaim. So the sons of Rapha that are mentioned in the Bible as well. They were giants. Get them started with Jasher. That's your bait. So your bait is Joshua 10. Miss Nicole. That's how I used to hit them every time too. I hit them every time. We ain't even going to the New Testament. I'm going to just hit you in the first couple books of the Bible. Let's just go right here. How many kids did Adam and Eve have? Nobody don't know, really. Did Adam and Eve have more children? What's the daughters' names? Huh? But let's go to Genesis and see. Show me where the daughters of Adam and Eve is. Huh? You can't? But what if I told you I could? And the book of the Jubilees is mentioned in King James. Then let's go to Joshua, and we're going to look at the book of Jasher. We're going to go all the way to the New Testament and look up Paul and his stories. And if you start reading about Paul, you see a man named Onesiphorus that Paul went to go see. Well, if you look up the word Onesiphorus, Onesiphorus, it brings up the book of Paul and Thecla. So when you Google the words and you go look them up, that's right there. That's been in your Bible your whole life. You find the other book. So this is why God gonna say a lot of people ain't gonna have no excuse. He said, because if you would have got a book out, you would have known that lost book was right at your library. It was right on your computer. It was right in a PDF, right in your face. But Hosea also says that God's people are going to perish because they don't have enough information. They don't have enough word. They don't have all of it. He said, but if you only want the surface, I ain't going to make you take nothing else. And most of the church people are like, I don't need that. And that's what my daddy said. Y'all don't have enough knowledge. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Same people. So I don't be surprised when the pastors and the ministers be like, I don't need that. Well, my daddy said y'all wasn't going to have enough knowledge, and this is why a lot of people going to be destroyed, because they listen to you more than God and didn't go get more. Clearly, God is saying, go deeper in my word. Seek, find, come looking after me. Come digging in my word, and I got some mysteries for you if you want them, and I'm not going to give them to everybody. They for everybody, but everybody ain't going to take the time to go dig looking for them, so then they ain't never going to know. Don't be a part of that crowd. Girl, church folks is always talking about what's too deep for them. Stay in the shallow side then. He told Peter, come on and launch out into the deep. And ain't that crazy that the people that's supposed to be fishing for the fishermen of souls or whatever, is always scared of the deep water. But you want to tell me about what she say, but you in here with your shirt out and your pastor sleep with boys. So what? And got a wife. And won't pay your rent or even help you. What we talking about? At least you can see what you feel like is my saying. What he up to? Huh? Oh. The ministers' meeting be exactly that, a meeting of the ministers. The brothers' night be just that. The brothers getting together. We had a time last night, didn't we, brothers? Everybody smiling at each other. Indeed. But you want to talk about my stomach? Well, he's showing his willy wanker to everybody that'll take it. So let's talk about that. Because he got that white collar on. That means he. Okay. Don't nobody care. For real. I'm supposed to feel guilty because I got my stomach out and this nigga got 20. Oh. What? Paying for every woman in the house cell phone bill so he can call her whenever he wants to. Get out of here. All right. So here we go. Let's read about Og and how much he hated Nimrod. Okay. So it says, I hated everything Nimrod has loved, and as I have hated his circumcised Nephilim kingdom. So Nimrod was a Nephilim, and he was a king. We know this. He made a lot of the cities that used to fight against Israel, Nineveh, and all of that. Oh, wait a minute. Now, do y'all understand why Jonah was scared to go to Nineveh? Nephilim built Nineveh. Nephilim built Jericho. Nephilim built Nephilim built all of these cities, Calna, and all of these places. So you mean to tell me that? You mean to tell me that you want me to go and stand up? Y'all, let's just, first of all, these the kind of niggas that was there. Let's just look at that. Let's look. See, it's niggas like this that's living there. It's a lady that got a freaking puma head, lion head. Look at the little people. You see them? She's real big. They're real little. They showing you the sizes. It was 3 different sizes of people. They show you this all the time. So you mean to tell me that you want me to go into a city, right? You see this? And yell at these people and these people. Look how big this person is to these humans. This is a 6-foot man, we'll say. These people and these people was who lived in Calna and and all of that. These is the humans. This is a person. This is a person. That's a person. You see it? Okay. This is why God was always telling Israel, don't be scared. Chill out. They like, you want us to win. Here they go. Look. Anything you say, Lord, we will do. If you tell us, we will do it, Lord. We come to you as your humble servants. And look, wait a minute. Hold on now. Right? Here we go. Right? That's what they said. This is what the priests said. This is what the people of Israel said. Tell us what you want to do, Daddy. We gonna do it. Right? And then, wait a minute. Where is it? Okay. So let me show you. And here go God. Look. Talking out the pillar of light. Fine. Go against the Canaanites. Go and prophesy. What they like? Wait, what? Go against the Canaanites. I will give you the land. Nigga, did you hear what he said? Nigga, we look like grasshoppers. Lord, give us another sign that this is you. We do not question thee, God, but our enemies are much larger than us. God, like, I will be with you. I am your Father. I will send the angels before thee. And look, everybody in the crowd like this. This nigga said he want us to go to Canaan. I thought he was going to say down the road to Bethlehem. Do he know who lit nigga? The Canaanites is in the rift. That means we going to have to go through the gibber room to get over to them. They just, I don't know if we can trust it. He might be setting us up. Go and I shall be with thee. Like, what? These niggas can smush us with the tip of they, like, we wouldn't even be a fly to them. We gonna take their land. How the hell we gonna sit in the chair? You said you're gonna give us the land, but what we gonna do? We gotta climb up the side of the Jack and the Beanstalk. Real life. No. No. This is Jack and the Beanstalk. Easily Jack and the Beanstalk. We know this. Where did I put it? Listen, y'all. I need you to get this in your mind. If God told these little bitty people, I'm going to give you the houses and the vineyards that these people planted, do you see his chair? We know that Enoch said that these giants were 450 feet tall, some of them, the Titans and the originals. So if God were to give you their bed, how would you get up there and you only this big? Wouldn't this be the ratio of Jack and the Beanstalk to the giants that was up there? The damn golden egg was bigger than him, wasn't it? Wasn't the golden egg bigger than him? Why would that make sense that there would be an egg, a golden egg, bigger than a human man? How would that happen? Who made the giant chickens? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The angels. The angels. And Jack had to travel all the way up the what? The beanstalk or the mountain on the side up where could no regular man get to above the clouds to get to this place. Right? Where did they say that the mountain? We about to read about it. Okay, so now that we know that Og hated Nimrod, and we know that Nimrod had a kingdom of giants. He made 5 or 6 cities: Nineveh, Calneh, Uruk, Eridu, and a couple other ones. Okay, so all of these were cities of the giants. So if you hear about a giant, I mean, a person living in Lagash, Babylon, Nippur, Nimrud, Nineveh, Akkad, Asher, Uruk, or Eridu, all of these people was giants, Nephilims. Anybody that you read about in these cities, in the Bible, any of these, screenshot, Eridu, Uruk, we know Noah was in Ur. Abraham had to go to Ur. A lot of people went to Nineveh. A lot of people went to Nimrud. So many times the Israelites were dragged into slavery in Babylon. Who lived there? Who quarried the rocks that built the monolithic structures that we see today? So if we knew that Nimrod, or we know that Nimrod was a Nephilim, and God called Nimrod a mighty hunter. So it makes sense in this photo, again, as to why the Israelites used to be scared when God used to tell them to go to Nineveh or go up against these armies, because they were either fighting people that were this size or this size. And mind you, this person is only as tall as the person's knee, but they're still bigger than the regular size humans. If you go and look at Egyptian hieroglyphs and other nationalities, older books, they will always show 3 sizes of people if you pay attention. Yeah. And I show this a lot, but I want y'all to understand. Ratio, she's standing on his feet. She's standing on his feet and she barely goes to his knees. So she was even larger than a regular sized person, because in order for her to go to his knees, y'all see his skirt. She's standing on his feet. They got 5. Not all the giants had 6 toes, though. It was just the men of Gath. The Raphas had 6. Not all of them did. All the giants were different. What do you think this ruler was mixed with? Look at the ears. Those aren't human. Y'all need to go back looking at your hieroglyphics, and they gonna tell y'all a whole bunch of lots. Those were not masks. They were real beings. See horns? See them ears? That looks like a fawn to me. A fawn. They sure look like they could have been the same color, don't they? Because that's real black. That's black as you gonna get. That's not trying to be funny. That's like Sudanese black, baby. Both of them. See it? See it? But we not done, are we? We not done. We already know. Because the rest of them was too. These guys from Homer's Odyssey and the Iliad. Boom. What? So now we know again, and I'm gonna get back to these giants. I just be trying to give the new people a little bit of basis, cause y'all be thinking we over here running around straight jackets on. No, we perfectly sane. And then I'm gonna get back to this Og, so you can know what all beings that was going on, cause Og was living around when the pharaohs and stuff was in, honey. Og was fighting in some of them battles when the pharaohs was in, and when Israel was fighting against, they was fighting against these. Think about how many times Israel came up against them before the flood. I mean, Egypt came against Israel. These were the beings that Noah, and Abraham and Lot and all of them, the wars, they was going up against supernatural beings. It's not a game. You don't believe me? This is like a biblical timeline chart from the beginning of foundation until now. Look at Cain and Abel, Seth, Enoch. You see it? And they show how much of the world was whatever and all of this. You see it there? Starts with them now. Okay? And mind you, this book was not written by African American folks. Look at them. Look, you can tell. See? 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 You see that? I told you. It ain't. But guess what they said too? Right there. Instead of the Chaldaic, the Greek names of the kings of Babylon. So instead of the Chaldean names, the Greek names of the kings of Babylon and Assyria are herein given as they are most found and commonly used, right? So when you see Juno, Jupiter, Neptune, Vulcan, and these guys, the centaurs and the mermaids, which the Bible talks about, and how do you because this is bloodlines. So that little thing over there shows the bloodline. These centaurs came out of Persia or Elam. Chedorlaomer, or however you say it, Chedorlaomer, wherever you say that was his bloodline, the centaurs. Boom. What? What? Because this is bloodline, baby. This bloodline. And so when that little thing veers off to them, that's their bloodline. Whose bloodline did that come out of? The Persians. Where do we see, even in Percy Jackson, if you look at his teacher, all the stuff he had on was like a Persian soldier. The swords he used was like Persian soldiers. And this lovely book tells us that them first centaurs came out of the line of the Persians. Oh. Oh, I don't know. Oh, it is her lyrics. That bloodline is on the front line. She sure did say it, and that's when Blue Ivy gets up on stage with her, and they do that. That baby's so stiff. She working on it though. They helping her. They helping her because she just as stiff as a scarecrow. She reminds me of the guy from Nightmare Before Christmas when she did. I ain't talking about it. I'm just saying. Her mama Beyonce. You just think she'll be a little bit more with the. Never mind. Leave people kids alone in circle. She's a beautiful girl, which that's who she when she walk and be dancing. That's what I see. But that's my own mind. See, I ain't talking about their child or nothing. I'm just saying it's just an observation on my part. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Okay, and then we gonna get back to the giants. So for my newbies, I ran all that to show you why we reading what we reading because Og, y'all ain't gonna unsee that now. Every time y'all see her, y'all gonna see that. It's wrong, but it's funny.
I ain't talking about nobody. Not put me in the chair. Cause y'all can see it in y'all mind. That's the only reason y'all mad at me is because y'all can see it too.
Y'all pictured the whole Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's the only reason y'all mad because y'all seen it.
What's the name of the book I'm reading now? What do you mean? It's called The Lost Book of Og. I'm never going to be able to unsee it because it's there. That's why. That's why you can't unsee it, because it's true. You don't see it. What? You see it tomorrow. I gotta go to the bathroom. So when I come back, we're gonna finish this, which is reading. This is how we know. Okay, so who believes if you have read the Lost Book of Og, who now knows this is the Game of Thrones story and they didn't write nothing? Aren't they tricky? How they steal stuff and just take it as their own and make us believe that they came up with some great storyline, and really they're just taking ancient manuscripts and remaking them, telling us the true stories of it all. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to the restroom because we've been on 57 minutes. Give me a second. Dang, them hours be going so fast. I be seeing 45 minutes in my head. Nope. So we gonna do an hour and 30. So let me hurry up. I'm about to bust this down and then I'm getting off. Okay, y'all. Who watched Pan's Labyrinth? Oh wait, I want to show y'all this now too, real quick. For those of you that don't know, oh, I finally can do it now. Real quick, I forgot. I can finally do it. I should have left those closed. But now that I got my light, let me show y'all this real quick too. I forgot. So if you're new here, we do have WOIU gear. Our mod actually has a company called Nerd Junk, and she customizes whatever you like. So I want to show y'all real quick some of the stuff we got. It's very, very cool. And now that I got my light, I can do it. So pretty much everything we do glow in the dark. You don't have to if you don't want to. But
We a light in a dark world. So let me go on and bust these. We got beanies. They silk line too. Y'all can see that. And they all different colors. You can, I don't know if she lets you customize the colors of the beanies. But as you can see, you'll be glowing in the dark. If you wear these, letting people know you from We Outside International University. And then most of our hoodies, this one, I don't think nothing glows on here. I think it's my other ones. I think this is all reflective stuff. Let me see. Yep, that's all reflective. I'll show y'all that when the lights is on. But this is one of our favorites around here. And so if you see, wait, real quick, I want to show y'all this. It's like yellow and white in the light, right? But look how this bad baby go in the dark, though. Our God's math be mathing. Wait a minute. And you can go outside in the sun for like 2 minutes, and I promise come back in and it be stupid. Y'all see it? It go blue. And you can get whatever color you want. Some people got pink, yellow, whatever. The arms glow, because everything we do is a light in the dark world. And your hoodie. I mean the top of your hood. And this just means seeking you shall find. So when you be outside, you know, God's math be mathing and whatnot. You can grab one of them from Nerd Junk Shop. Nerd is spelled with a 3. I'm just trying to go some of the ones that glow. Like, we got all of the goods. This is the real word search. I ain't have my light in a minute to show y'all. But as you can see the words. CERCA TROVA, God. And you can pick which words you want to glow in your sweaters. Like, all of these are customizable. You have to get the same design, but whatever colors you want, you can use. You don't have to use these. These are the ones I picked. I picked all these. Which other ones we got? There's some in my room. This one don't glow. Just wanted to show y'all the ones that glow. And you can get any of the designs in a glow form if that's what you want. These don't glow. I think all the glow ones is in my room. Yep. Okay. So the other ones that glow is in my room. I be wearing them because I like them. But we do have glow in the dark. Our pajamas glow in the dark. We're going to do some 2 pieces this year because I know the 1 piece is hard to get out of. Look, and somebody made me some shoes and they glowing now because I was putting that light on. Thank you, Miss Rhodes. I didn't beat them up, but these glow in the dark too. I didn't make these though. She did. All my shoes, she made me glow in the dark. So if you want some glow in the dark sandals with your name on, I didn't beat mine up. Look, I wear these all the time and they're very comfortable. Miss Rhodes, Twan Rhodes, TWANRHODES, makes custom shoes if you'd like. So if you want some glow in the dark stuff, because that's what you like, that's what we do. I just wanted to show y'all that real quick. Ah! Yes, nerdjunkshop.com. So, or you can just go to CERCA TROVA 22 and there's a blue backpack there. You can just click that. It'll take you right to the site. And whatever, if you don't want a hoodie, you want a t-shirt, whatever we got in a hoodie, you can have it in a t-shirt. So, and it's other ones. We got word hoodies. I'm not about to go through all that right now. But we got a whole, just go over there. Oh, here they go. They didn't fell on the ground. This is one of our other favorites real quick because we're autodidactic polymaths, which means self-taught in many subjects. This one glows too. I got UV, and you see how it was just white, and now it's turning blue and purple. So you can design it however you want with it, whatever materials. It just has to be this exact autodidactic polymath. But you could have this red and black and white, glow in the dark and UV, no glow in the dark, shiny, snake skin, whatever she got. She'll do it. You just have to have the same design. But you can customize it. Look, I be wearing mine. It got bleach on it. And this glows real good in the dark too. So if you want to get you some WOIU gear, we got all kinds of stuff over there. Check it out. Oh, and long sleeve t-shirts. Oh yeah, you're right. It is long sleeve t-shirts too. Short sleeve, long sleeve. So wherever you at, she can make something for your area. You live in a warmer climate or whatever, we got t-shirts. Yeah. We gonna do different PJs. We did the onesies last year, but they hard when you gotta pee. So I already been looking for some stuff. And it's still gonna glow in the dark. It'll probably just have the exact same design, but with 23. So that if you got something last year, we know you was here in 22, you get something this year, 23, whatever. So you'll have your pajamas from every year. We got blankets and stuff too. I'm just not about to do all that stuff right now. We about to get back to this OG. It's on my website, Erica. If you go to CERCA TROVA 22, it's one of the links there. It's the blue end there. But we gonna get some different pajamas this year because it was hard to get out of. They cute, but they was hard to get out of when you gotta pee in a hurry. You don't have August? Okay, I'm about to read it to y'all. It's like story time. Thank you. But we a light in the dark world, so anytime we go out, we gonna stand out subtly. We don't do too much. Right? Anyway, here we go. So it says, if I hated my circumcised brother giant and became a murderer of the circumcised giants because of my hatred, so be it. I have a place in the afterlife. Baal and Mot have considered my oaths between them and seen it. Baal of the earth has damned Nimrod's name to be eternally mean, feeble-minded and simple. Nimrod's shame shall be associated with the mad desire to maim his genitals. So Og was mad that Nimrod made the people in his kingdom get circumcised, but we know why he did that, because at one point in time he was under God and he was listening to God, and God was choosing him and using him to do stuff, but then he went on and went the other way, and it was a wrap after that. It was a wrap. Which is what happens with a lot of people. They start out good and then it just be a mess. They get to feeling too much of themselves. Mm-hmm. Because God wouldn't have called him a mighty hunter. Nimrod. In the Bible, Nimrod. God called him a mighty hunter. So, N-I-M. So he was hunting giants for God at one point in time. He was a mighty warrior. He was one of the mighty men of renown, the mighty men of old. But Og hated him. Og fought against Abraham too. Abraham and Lot fought against King Og and won. But we know that these people are Nephilim. So they're giants, and they're the rulers of Persia and all these other little kingdoms that was popping up. The different empires that were popping up. The reason that their gods always had animal faces is because they were the Nephilim's kids. They were the children of the angels, and the human women are children of animals and the angels, or a mix of all three, or sometimes 4, 5, 6, depending on what they was doing at that time. Okay, so those are not masked. That's who they really were. And we know that from the book of Enoch, when it says that the angels came down, and not only did they sleep with the women, they slept with the animals. This is where bestiality comes from. And our genetic disorders in humans. Okay? All right. So it says, for Nimrod grew like a young plant, like a root out of a dry ground. He had form and majesty that we should all look at him, and beauty that we should desire him. He was championed by many. Still I despise and reject him. He became a giant of sorrows, acquainted with grief. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Now, this is Og talking about Nimrod. Circumcised Nimrod, the celebrated forefather of the Tower of Babel. So remember when we read in Jasher that giants built the Tower of Babel? I told y'all they did, and here we go right here. We know Nimrod excuse me, was a giant, and he's the one that built the tower. It is the fecal bellied, half membered Nimrod who killed us all. My hatred for Nimrod has become greater than any love I have known. I, Og, have exceedingly and cruelly hated Nimrod. I, Og, have since eradicated him from existence. I have since gathered and eaten all of Nimrod's food stores, and I have eaten many of his smaller cells. Smaller cells are humans. Baal of the earth empowered Og to rid the land of Nimrod. Baal of the earth despised the circumcision, and to whom did the powerful arm of Baal of earth reveal itself to? I, Og. Okay? So then I'm going to just go down here. And it says, this is Og telling his brief history. And it's First Kings. This is in reference to First Kings 18. So if you want to know where this is in reference to, First King 18. And what I read earlier, you can find that some of that in Micah 5 through 6, First Chronicles 1 through 10, and Genesis 10, 8 through 12 about Nimrod. And then with Og is First Kings 18. So it says, lest the queen of the Rephaim and I, Og, were bred from the spoils of the Rephaim, procreation harvest. So it was a sex orgy. Or what you call it, what do they call them? It's called the ritual for when they want the births to come. I can't think of what it's called, but it's basically an orgy. What is it called? A Diddy party, and it is, but ain't no babies coming out of there. No. Back in the day, it used to be called a something. No. Back in the day, it was called a something. Not reproduction ritual. I can't think of what it's called. What's the name? Fertility. A fertility ritual. A fertility ritual. Thank you. A fertility ritual. So what happens is Og is saying that him and Lestha, Lestha, they were bred from a fertility ritual is when they were conceived. He's telling you. Okay? Which is crazy. Now, Lestha, where do we know that name from? Or a version of it? What does that sound like? What superhero do we know that has a name like Lestha? It's a woman. I said superhero. Wonder Woman. Along the lines of what's her other name? Ain't it somebody named Lectra? Or something like that? Electra. She's blue. Don't these look like the two things that you get electricity into? Don't these be on the top of buildings? And what being around with the bird people and the maybe that got something to do with it, maybe it don't. Okay. I told you all of that stuff means something. Everybody like, oh, it's decoration. Is it? They don't seem like people that just did nothing for nothing and they made whole vaults that you couldn't even see right in front of your face. I mean, everything that they did was intentional. Everything they put on their body was for a purpose. It wasn't like we do now, just trying to look like a way. It all had a purpose. Very intentional. Come on. And if you let these folks tell you what it's for and don't look for yourself, then you'll believe they old BS. They sold us Avatar. We sold out on Avatar. And the blue people been sitting in front of our face the whole damn time. Fish people been sitting in front of our face the whole time, right on the hieroglyphics, so we could see it for ourselves. But we let them tell us what it was instead of looking for ourselves to see. Okay, here we go. So we know that he hated him. We know that Og and Lesta of the Rephaim were bred from a fertility ritual, born of worship of Baal of the moon, born in the temple and reared in high places. Oh, Og was born of worship of Baal or Baal of the moon, born in the temple and reared in high places. Where did the demigods live a lot of times and the gods, the Greek gods? Where did they live? In the mountains, high up in the mountains, it said. Okay. Can I ask you a question? Where are all the very extravagant temples in the world? And you see the monks, and the monks be this big on them stairs. Where they at? In the mountains, high. Peru, and all these places, Japan, they be trying to figure out how they got the rocks up there. Remember how they got those large stones and were able to do these intricate walkways and all of this. And they always all up on the temples is always somewhere, and it was a holy place or some type of worship place there. And the Nephilim were called the who? Mountain builders. So that makes sense. They built on top of mountains. They built on top of mountains. And here King Og from the Bible is saying, I was raised in the high places, in the temple up there, and raised in the worship of Baal. Why did they put all of their temples on the tops of the highest places? Tell me. What's the significance in that, family? Worship God. Come on. Trying to get into heaven, close to heaven. They wanted to be worshipped as gods. What is Mount Sinai? What's at the top of Mount Sinai? Moses spoke to God on the top of the mountain. The fallen angels, children, and the fallen angels built all of their holy high places on the top of mountains, copying our daddy again. Hard places to get to. Everybody couldn't go there. There would be force fields around them. If you was evil or whatever, you couldn't get through. They gonna copy God. They missed home. They missed going in the castles that's in heaven. They missed the mountains of heaven. They missed the grandeur of heaven. So they kept trying to recreate heaven on earth, y'all. And you know how I know? Because after getting this book yesterday or the other day, after getting this book yesterday, okay? After getting this book the other day and looking at all the halls that's built in this angelic geometry, you see? You see? Now, this is important. Look, Michael's Tower, Glastonbury. What y'all think under there? Didn't we just talk about this? And who is they talking about? King Arthur. Because he lived in a time, I think, when Paul then was, not Paul, David. I think he lived in a time when David was living. King Arthur. Yeah. With the dragons and the monsters and the witches. Remember? They all lived at the same time. So then that's why we come over here. And what do we have over here? Because we need to know. King Arthur. Right. Merlin had a ring and a staff, and they got all of that from old Solomon. Or at least the information that was given. So this is why we need this, because they was living at that same time. When them castles over in England and all. I think it's still out from yesterday. Oh, potato. Okay, where'd you put it, Circa? Oh, there it is. Now, it's right here in my face. I can feel it. Okay, well, I'll probably find it when I don't need it, of course. But Ireland or Ireland, the land of Chaldees. Where was a lot of the King Arthur stuff going on? Wasn't it over in like Ireland and all of that? England, Scotland, and Ireland, the land of Ireland. So it makes sense that it was dragons and witches, because the people of live in Ireland. That's who started that place. The people of And who started Nimrod, the guy we're reading about today. Look at that. See? Nimrod started Nineveh, Akkad, Asher, Lagash, Babylon, all of those places, and Ireland as well. It used to be called Ireland, not Ireland. Isn't that interesting? So, back to what I was saying. So it makes sense that all of the buildings that are high up and have all of this, and they can't figure out how they built these buildings because angels gave them the geometry to do it. Their angelic fathers already they was up there when God was making the universe. They saw him build it. Some of them they saw things happening, so it ain't like they didn't see. And then they came down here, and when they failed, they tried to recreate the halls, the gardens that's there, all of the elaborate buildings. Somebody just said that the stars live in the Hollywood Hills so they can look out, and in that, then it's true. Because all of their houses is up on the mountains too, and you can't get up there unless you know somebody that knows somebody, and there'd be a lot of witchcraft going on up in there. So ain't nothing changed. And it's so funny you have to go to the city of lost angels to get famous. And we know who the lost angels are. They're the disowned children of God, the ones he took his name off of. And they fell from heaven like stars and lightning, and you go there to be a rising star in the city of lost angels. Well, they not lost. We know exactly where they were. When they were hurled from heaven, they fell over there. Percy Jackson told us the way to hell is behind the Hollywood sign. They tell y'all the truth without telling y'all the truth. Behind Hollywood is the way to hell. It's what you don't see that's right in front of your face. Y'all remember they told us on there? How do you get to hell behind the Hollywood sign in the hills? And y'all remember when he went in there and went into the netherworld or the underworld, they said, oh, y'all money ain't no good over here. He bid it. He said, nah, that mess ain't nothing. And you dying for it. It ain't even worth nothing in the underworld. Because when you leave this body, you can't take none of this with you. Oh, they be telling y'all without telling y'all, but y'all don't be wanting to pay attention. Come on with it. And if you watching 30 Coins, what we reading right now about the... Listen, please watch 30 Coins and pay attention. Please. You just got Percy Jackson, Greek Gods from the Goodwill. Come on, we got the Percy Jackson series up there. Thank you. Dead on Arrival, a record label. Office was interest to the underworld. Ooh, okay. It's a couple different places. You have to Google it. Yep. Okay. So now that we know, who got the dead Sea Scrolls? Who got the dead Sea Scrolls? There it is, right on the side of me. Good job. Good job. Good job. I'm gonna give me another one because that one is falling apart. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna keep reading. So we know that Og and his wife were born of a fertility ritual in a mountain in a high place. It says, I Og trained in both the priesthood of Baal and with the chaser and the driver in war arts. Lesta became a sorceress before Baal of the moon and a transcriber of words. What's the divination where they go into a trance and they be writing? What is it called? What mancy is that? Yes, August and the Dead Sea Scroll. Well, you not all, but free writing, automatic writing, which is a form of divination, where the spirit tells you whatever spirit you've conjured speaks through you and you write it. So Lesta, Og's wife, had that. She was a sorceress and she had that ability as well. She was a priestess of Baal's coven, worship, whatever, of Baal, like y'all stars that be wearing Balenciaga. You gonna stomp her out of your Balenciagas. Automatic texting on phone. Well, it is a scrying mirror. Your phone is a scrying mirror, so we on crystal balls and scrying mirrors right now. The magic, remember we talked about it? Crystal ball, show me who the fairest of them all, or window, mirror, mirror on the wall, or show me such and such. Y'all say CERCA TROVA. And I start talking. Siri, pull up CERCA TROVA. Google, go to CERCA TROVA 22, and what y'all see? The same thing a witch see if she look in here in a piece of glass. Y'all see me, and I start talking. It's called psychography. Okay. Alexa, go to TikTok. Okay, going now. All through a scrying mirror or a crystal ball, because this is what we talked about it before. The screen on your phone, TV, and tablet is what? Liquid crystal display. Liquid crystals. Liquid crystals allow you to see somebody where you not at. A crystal ball with liquid in it allowed you to see somebody 2,000 miles away, and a crystal ball with liquid crystals in it right now is allowing you to see me in my house. LCD, liquid crystal display. This was the first liquid crystal display right here. And now they just put it in a square or an oval. Liquid crystal display. This was the first kind. Black mirrors you could talk into and they would show you stuff too. And if I turn off my iPad and say, "Hey Siri," it's a thing that's gonna pop up just like the voices did in the cartoons with the light coming out of it. And it would speak and it would vibrate as it was talking like Siri does. In the corner with the blue and the green and the purple and all of that. And then they would answer, and then they would answer, and then they would find it. What's changed? We still using liquid crystal display, saying something into a liquid crystal display, and it's showing us what we want to see. Who ain't doing magic, church folks? Because a scrying mirror is a black mirror, and if you turn off, if you hit your power button right now on your phone, it's two scrying mirrors right here. And then it's two right there, and there's one right there, and I got one in the room. Well, three, because of my TV now. So not only are you using crystal balls, you're using scrying mirrors as well. To communicate with people that are not where you are, like witches do. And not only that, because church folks flashy, they got the biggest liquid crystal display they could find. Be about to break their wall down, showing how blessed they are with their magic mirrors in their house in every room. Oh. See how they tricked you niggas? Tricked you niggas. Come on, mirror, mirror on the wall. Alexa allows your TV to pop up whatever you want. Show me the new Jays. Show me. That's why I want y'all to watch 30 coins. 30 coins. 30 coins. Honey, 30 coins. Listen. I'm going to take notes. Okay, let's get this done. All right. So it says, Lester became a sorceress before Baal of the Moon and a transcriber of words. Others born in the temple and trained in the high places at the time when Sihon Ag, my brother, Ohiah, Hahiah, Mayway, Meyer, Lathat the Possessed, and Garyon the Heavy. Who watched Doctor Strange? Hold on, y'all. Well, now y'all know who and what they're talking about. Cause remember, Gilgamesh was in that wasn't Gilgamesh in there? Ain't Gilgamesh wasn't Gilgamesh in Doctor Strange? He was in the Eternals. I thought he was in Doctor Strange too. He the Asian dude he was fighting. It's in the Eternals. So who was the Asian dude that he was fighting with in Doctor Strange? When he was flipping through the worlds? A monk? Okay. So he was in Eternals. Okay. Was Doctor Strange in Eternals? I think. Was there not an Asian dude that he was fighting though in the Eternals? Did it say his name? Marvel movies are all connected. That's what I'm saying. They'll show you a fight or somebody or a piece. Okay, well, Gilgamesh. Fought in this war with Og. His name was also Sargon the Magnificent, who came out of the line of Cain. Gilgamesh in the Eternals was married to Athena. Makes sense. Makes sense. I think it was living in ancient Mesopotamia at that time. So it makes sense. Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. All right. So who is Sihon Ag, and where is he listed at in the Bible? Sihon hyphen Ag, like an Agite. Is Agite a stone? I know it's something like that, Agite or something like that. Is that a stone? They use that. They wear that to get power. Agate. Okay. Mm, 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 and you charge it up under the stars. And we know that one of the people, Sihon Ag, was a child of an angel. Okay, just moving on. I keep telling you about them rocks. They daddy was made out of the elements, and so was your rocks. That's why you gotta send them under the stars. They daddies was made out of the cosmos, the same things that the stars is made out of. So yes, they gonna get charged under the stars. Petrified wood. Petrified wood turns to agate. Like petrified people. Here we go. The rock gods, the idols that were turned to stone. Mm-mm-mm. Do you see? Do you? Do you see? Now you know why there's veins of gold and veins of silver in the mountains. Veins in the marble. There's a vein of gold going through this. Oh, well, if my daddy is made out of gems, it makes sense. If my daddy can cry jewels out of his eyes like his tears turn into jewels, makes sense that there's a vein line going through the mountains if they're petrified giants. Vein lines of gold and vein line. They said blood run through his veins or gold run through his veins. That didn't used to be. We didn't see it in the movies where a person can cry silver or cry gold. One of the demigods or whatever. So we know this to be a thing. They don't even know the same. Rock idols bow down to. Come on, baby Jesus, and do. Come on, Thor, love and thunder. Did he cry? He cried silver or gold. They bleed gold. So is this why we have gold veins in the mountains? That who we thought were just mountains, and now that we got the little drones, we can see his whole bodies. They showed us in Moana. So if they were living beings, then when we go and we look in Asia or different places where they cut into that mountain and it look like a steak, makes sense. Who just had a moment? Anybody mind blown just right now? You Now we know why we have silver veins going through mountains and gold veins, and they bleed. They bled gold and silver and cried diamonds. And you take those same jewels and sit them up under who they daddies was made in was the cosmos, and they charge them. Oh, I told y'all, but we talked about this last year, didn't we? I told y'all that just all coming full circle. Because remember, the water that came up from the flood was boiling. And then it cooled down very fast, like freeze dried. But you can rehydrate freeze dried food, right? And it'll taste good. We have some. So the giants were like freeze dried. This is why the Bible talks about the mountains getting up and walking away and getting up and moving. The mountains can get up and make noise. The rocks is gonna cry out because they used to be alive, and God's gonna valley of dry bones. It's all right there in your face. It's all right there in your face. The giants that's in stasis. They always show us the giants coming out of the stone. Or some demigod that we thought was a statue, and they wake up and all them big old rocks be falling out. Now they making all this noise they've been telling us. Let's go. You said you didn't scout me. Okay, they've been putting it in our face the whole time. They be confirming the Bible, never ending story. Exactly. That's why that's up there. The whole Atreyu was standing on a whole turtle that he thought was a mountain with trees on it. And we know some of the giants was big enough. This is a good book to get. See if you don't have it. So most of us do, but if you do, you probably don't. The Secret History of the Giants. This is not a kid book, even though they can look at it, but they try to make it look like it's for kids, but it's not. And let me show you. Look at Lucky. It's on his back. What did it say? 71 to several hundred feet tall. The Gigantus Giganticus, Gigantus Medius, Gigantus Vulgaris, and a Homo sapien, 5 to 6 feet, 9 to 24 feet, 25 to 70 feet. Oh, from 71 to 700, to several hundred feet, like 450, you mean? And can look like an island? Oh. So what Enoch said was true. And don't forget, this ain't counting the ones that was mixed with the animals. These is just like the humanoids. No way! Hubby and I wore our hoodies in NYC this weekend, and everyone loved them. And do, come on! I'm so excited. Yeah, we be putting ourselves on the map. And do. Okay. And do. We be putting ourselves up on the and do. We all up in NYC, in Cali, and everywhere else, South Carolina, North Carolina, we everywhere. Oh, why? Why? Okay. How many of y'all heard the thing about the little old lady in the shoe? She had so many kids she didn't know what to do. First of all, who the hell shoe she living in? We never thought about that. The shoe was big enough for her to hold all them kids. A giant shoe, maybe? Because he carrying people on his back like snacks. Fairy encampment. He got a whole pig or cow. Look how he's stepping on the people's house. Ain't this what they showed us in the Smurfs? This is a whole cow up there. This is a whole cow. A whole pig in a pie. 2 deers. That ain't no baby pig. That's a full-grown sow and a full-grown cow and a fruit tree that look like a plant to them. So if Enoch said, and we found out yesterday or the day before that when and I told y'all the famine was because of the giants. I told y'all they was eating up everything. Then they start eating the people. And if we know that the giants was in Nineveh, Nimrud, Calna, and it makes sense. Jericho. They called them, all of them call them the smaller selves. And he even mentioned, we know Og is in the Bible, we know Nimrod. Og just said that Nimrod built the tower for the smaller selves. But we know it was giants helping build it. New home for an old woman? A shoe? Something that's 450 feet tall, I could easily live in that shoe. There go y'all stuff. Stone lore and charms. Got everything to do with the giants. Look at black, binding, hiding, mysteries, boundaries. Yellow, blessing, solar powers, protection, and good luck. White, ancestor, spirit word, the present of widgets, or whites, or human, whatever that says. I can't see it. And then red, sacredness, transformation. Now, where did they get these stones from? The reason that these stones are so important to them is because it's a replica of what was going to be in the priest's breastplate. A lot of these are in the priest's breastplate. The 12 tribes, which would have been their mamas and daddies. They copy everything God do. The ephod. Come on. We know these guys. They just discovered that these wasn't just heads on Easter Island, didn't they? Didn't they just discover that it wasn't just heads on Easter Island? They was whole 200-foot bodies. How tall are the bodies on Easter Island? Where is Easter Island? What's the height? They dug them out. It's in Chile. They'll tell you how tall they all are. They dug them out. Because everything that the kingdom of darkness does is a replica of what God does. Their rituals and sacrifices are to mimic what God does. Their holy days are on the same holy days as God's holy days. Their black mass is the same day that you see what I'm saying? They mimic everything it does. Now they was taller than 13 feet tall, y'all. The people, if you go look when they dug them out, the people was this big down at the bottom. They was digging them out by pieces, not just the head, the whole body. I thought they were several hundred feet. They only 70 feet. Okay, we'll take that. But if we go back here, so we'll take that. We'll take that. I don't know why. Oh. So that was a giganticus from 71 to several hundred feet. Or one of these, gigantus medius. We already know there was one of these two groups of giants. The mountains gonna get up. The mountains gonna get up. The Fiji used to be called Fisi or Fisi. So it was giants there that was eating people. It was giants in Asia, Mago, the Korean giant, Pangu, and the lands of Africa or Africa. We know that. Oh, okay, there go you. Oh, oh. Giants of the eastern and outermost fastness. Mm. And just so y'all know, the name, the Golden Quill Award from Hollywood. Let's see. The order, like the order of the order of the Freemasons, they have an order of the Golden Quills. And the stuff is kept where? In England. The order of the Golden Quills is a real thing. There go Hodor. Y'all know his name. Hodor, which means the hidden. And what was Hodor doing? Hiding Bran. And he was a what? A giant. Hodor, Hodor. He was trying to say hold the door. Hold the door open. And Hodor means hidden. And what was he doing? Hiding that boy. And at that time, what was going around over there? It was elves, giants, dwarves, fairies, and merfolk, wasn't it? And who knows about that? The Golden Quill, the people that be getting the Golden Quill Award. And who used to be one of these people? Merlin and Medea and William Shakespeare. Hesiod from Hesiod's Theogony. Oh, and what do Hesiod's Theogony talk about? Hesiod's Theogony talks about the Greek gods and breaks it down. Who married who had who did what, Medea. You've seen it enough. And what is it that Tyler Perry does? The same thing the people that win the Golden Quill Award do. He writes movies. And Zoom. Time for my meds. I'll be right back. Mm-hmm. If you know, you know. Scripts and scriptures. I got you. We about to get back on this. Og took us to all of that. We just read this much of Og, and look how much information we could go in. Because y'all never told me who Sion Ag is. Sihon. Thank you. Look at how this one subject can get you all the way over there. hot in here. Okay. Who learned something new today? We about to get this popping. We've been trying to get back to Ox forever, but as you can see, okay, that part. And is every 2 hours. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Sihon, was the Emirate king mentioned in Hebrew Bible? He refused to let the Israelites pass. The king of the Amorites. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, let's do it. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, let's do it. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, let's do it. You mean the Amorites that used to be in Ohio? Them? The Mediterranean Amorite copper traders in the Ohio Valley? Those Amorites? The same ones that wouldn't let the Israelites pass? The Mediterranean Amorite copper traders in the Ohio Valley? Those giants that was in America? So the Amorites was in Ohio. We know that. Why? Because of this book. And now the Indian Trail of Tears is really starting to make sense. Ooh, okay, let's get it. Hold on. Well, guess who was with Og? The Rephaim. So the Amorites and the Rephaim, we know those are two races of giants. Guess who was with him? Ohio, which is where we get our name Ohio. This is where y'all get y'all name Ohio from. They just put a I and a O there. Ohio is how we get Ohio. So the Amorites that fought along with King Og against Nimrod, the king of the Nephilim. Sihon was an Amorite. Og and Nimrod were Nephilim, but we know there was the sons of Anak, who was the Anakim, the Zamzumins, the Gibborim. Old people still call it Ohio today. They'd be like, my brother live in Ohio. They don't say Ohio, they say Ohio. Now, Ohio, Mayway, and Hahiah, these three guys that are here with Og, okay? Ohio, Mahiah, and Hahiah, these three dudes right here that we can clearly see are running with Og in the 100,000 Giant War, okay, are also listed in the Dead Sea Scrolls in the Book of the Giants. And mine then finally came apart, y'all. Look, the page we always use. It finally came apart. Who is it? You see this? It's the Book of the Giants. And then we're going to go over here to the other page. And what does this say? It's going to be a name y'all just saw. So we know that the angels came down and performed unnatural acts on women and animals. And the outcome of that was a demonic corruption, was violence, perversion, a brood of monstrous beings. Monstrous beings. So when you go back and you look at the Egyptian hieroglyphs and you see somebody with a lion head in a human body, that's a monstrous being. But on this other page right here, okay, Mayway the Titan. There we go. The son of who? The angel Baraquiel. The Bible says that the sons of God came down and slept with the women in Genesis 6. So Mayway was a Titan, and his daddy was the angel Baraquiel that fell. And he started having dreams about the flood, y'all. And somebody told him, you need to go see Enoch. Now look, Ohio's dream vision is of a tree that is uprooted except for 3 of its roots. This is talking about Noah. So Ohio, an Amorite giant, made way in Ohio. You see, these dudes was running with Og. When a barren woman gives birth. You see this? Ohio. You see that? Thank you. Come on. And changed his name to something else. So now let's get to this giant war. Can I make some coffee? Y'all got time? We've been on here 2 hours and 9 minutes. Can I make some coffee real quick? Because I'm out. I'm out of my juice. Okay, because we about to bust this all down. But you know, we be having to give the backstory because people be coming for us. But we got all the receipts. Don't we got all the receipts y'all into? We got all the receipts, even up to current day books that's telling us, oh no, yeah, it was Amorites in Ohio. And why was it Amorites in Ohio? Why are there Egyptian hieroglyphs and temples in Arizona, in the Grand Canyon? Who can tell me why that's there? In places like Urco in Cali. Urco. U-R-Co. Why was they here though? The world was one large land mass. Most of the giants were destroyed in the flood. Most. So if all of this was still Pangea or one piece at that time, and then the 7 gates of the deep opened up, that split the earth into 7 pieces. How many continents do we have? 7. And if you go back and look at when the flood happens, it said the 7 gates of the deep opened up, depending on the translation, which would break the one last land mass into 7 pieces. Most of the giants, it was 33,000 feet of water. The water came up before it came down. Boiling water came out of the earth like a geyser. This is why they were petrified. Heat, and it's like the heat to cook it real flash cooked and then flash frozen. You know how they say that? Okay, so they got that from my daddy. So it don't mess with the structure of whatever you doing. They flash heat it and they flash freeze it, so it's good, and then we get it. But you can reconstitute it, and it ain't messed up. And God said that the mountains was gonna get up and talk, and then He said that the giants were gonna come back to hell, and the beast was gonna come up out of the earth. Talks about it. Well, how do we know they didn't get sucked down into these 200? Japan, a 200 foot. They said it was 200-foot tall trees in the sinkhole in Japan that nobody knew they was ever just opened up. It was a whole ecosystem under there. So they could have been sucked because God said they coming out of the earth in the last days. We didn't see dragons. We didn't see real mermaids. We didn't see fairies. All in this last 20 months, they have come to the surface where they can't hide it. Japan 22 dragon. Vampire. Oh, he's so fine too. He is fine. That is the finest vampire I ever seen in my damn life. Fine black man. Lord, and he been alive. He look good to be that damn old. Damn, did y'all see the picture where he showed him a long time ago? Where he went all the way to the back and dug it out the shoebox? Did y'all see it? That nigga was fine as damn vampire I ever seen. Ooh. See, y'all don't be paying attention. I'll be looking at everything. I'm gonna need y'all to pay better attention, family. It's the gray hair for me too, honey. That good old skunk stripe. I don't care where you have it. Listen here. What you just said. I don't care where you have that. You can have it here. You can have it here. Here. I don't care. Just get one. Just get one. Just get one, honey. Phew. Just get one. Just get one. All my baby daddies old. Hell, one of my baby daddies is older than my stepfather, than my mama husband, by 3 months. My daughter's father is older than her granddaddy. Quit playing. What you just said, I liked the most since I was young. This is not what you mean. And is all my baby daddies that are old enough to be my daddy. They all got a kid less than 2 years younger than me. They oldest kid is normally like 2 years younger than me. Them first 3. Or not too many years. And is. Uh-huh. Okay, come on. There's the little ones that they told us wasn't real.
Real dragon caught on camera in Japan. Real dragon caught on camera in Japan.
They didn't only see him in Japan. They saw him in China. People on the plane. They saw a family of 7 flying in Berlin. And then them babies start showing up in the waters everywhere. This is right after the mermaid, the black mermaid, was found in Africa. And right after we went viral for the giant video, everything, they had to come on clean with it after that because we didn't bust it down in the word that these people existed. And then all the videos start showing up right after that. And they was blocking them, remember? They blocked the mermaid video. They blocked it. They took that down. They told me indecent exposure or something. But my video was still floating around. Over here, you could hear my voiceover and everything. The Bible said it's dragons. Do me a favor. How many times was dragon, the word dragon in the Bible? Look it up real quick. You can Google that. How many times is the word dragon in the Bible? It made the news, indeed. No, you can Google it. It'll tell you the exact number, how many times dragon is mentioned. Hey, baby. 24 times they talked about 36, 21. Is y'all Googling it? 76 verse. 36 times. So between 21 and 36 times it's mentioned. It depends on the version you're reading. Okay. Is there a dragon mentioned in Revelations that comes up out of the water? What is Japan surrounded with? What did they tell us about our Earth's crust? The ocean's crust. What did we find out last year around this time? Or was it this year in the summer? What did we find out about our ocean's crust? The Earth's crust, the ocean's crust, is just a layer of dead fish. They said it's a sea bigger than our ocean, or ocean bigger than the ocean that we look at right now under our ocean. It ain't nothing but layers of dead, like skin cells from the fish. It's actually an ocean bigger. Yes, scientifically proven. But we knew this because I remember back in like the early 2000s when they had first started doing like the drone stuff, letting us see it. They found something, but they was like, it's so deep in the ocean they can't get to it, and it has to be prehistoric. And then they took that out the news. Well, now they telling us about 15 to 20 years later that our Earth's crust ain't even solid. It's a whole ocean underneath that ocean. You mean where the Leviathan is, where God got him asleep, but he about to come out, so they gonna go and tell y'all now. It said he's in the deepest level of the sea, asleep. And only God can wake him. And now we find out after the Antichrist has been revealed, after you can pay with your hand, after it's a cashless society about to be, that it's a whole nother ocean holding prehistoric beings underneath a level of skin. Well, anybody getting it? At the very time that the Antichrist is being revealed, at the very time that the Euphrates dried up, when the armies from the north are gonna march over the Euphrates into Israel, we already looked at the map. You might want to go back and check those classes. When there is a famine around the world and violence is at an all-time high, and what's right is considered wrong and what's wrong is considered good. It said at this time you won't be able to tell a man from a woman and a woman from a man. Children will be disrespectful. Young men would be laid in the street, and before one could be buried, another one would be slain. God dang it, what's going on around here? Is the word not being fulfilled? It said phantoms was going to be roaming the earth. And now on your Ring camera, you can see spirits going in and out on different peoples all around the world. You got Lilith speaking through Alexa. Well, if you got the demon book, Alexa is a demon. They just spell it different. It's an H on the end. But Alexa is a demon. So Lilith speak through her brother Alexa and tell somebody, I'm going to kill you. Snatching folks out of their bed while they sleep, pulling covers off of them, having sex with them, and they saying, God ain't real? Well, I'm seeing it come to pass every day. Every single thing that my daddy said that men was going to be playing with the weather, oh, we got the harp. And that thing down there in Florida where they can make it rain, and then I put that stuff up in the air, and in 45 minutes it's raining in Mississippi. What you said? The world said that when he said you wouldn't be able to predict the weather because they was gonna be playing with it. The seasons ain't gonna be how they supposed to be. The mosquitoes gonna be out in wintertime. It said fish was going to be going belly up in the seas. I believe that started happening last year. The animals, a third of the plant life and a third of the animal life on earth was going to die. And then they said something about wormwood. Well, Putin has a nuke called Chernobyl. And if you know anything, Cherno means black. Bill means God or used to be black. Chernobyl. It's a power plant there where black gods are buried. And there's also a memorial to Wormwood in Chernobyl, the name of his nuke. The same name that's in Revelations that said it was going to fall down into the sea and a third of everything living was going to die at one time. You mean what? What and who is the person that would want this to happen? Satan. But who's his number two? Like God and Jesus. Satan's number two was the Antichrist. When was he revealed? Last year. What is Putin's other nuke's name? Satan number two, which is the Antichrist. All of this came out after the red heifers left Texas last year and got to the holy city. Right after that, America said they was broke and BRICS came up. Right after that, Venezuela and African countries were throwing what people have been killing people for generations for in the street and making purses out of it. It wasn't no good. The world coin came out last year too. The one world currency. We now have Walmarts that have alerts on them where you can't go out the end no more. And every single thing you do is watched. Everything got a radio frequency identification chip in it, even your bread. Who crazy? And who a liar? Ain't nothing metaphorical. It's all real and it's all happening if your eyes is open. But the Bible said that the world would be rocked to sleep, the church too. Because half of the pastors don't even know you can pay with your hand right now. They don't even know that the Antichrist, the Jews was hollering they found their Messiah walking in the desert last year. And that's where they said they was going to find the Antichrist and walking in the desert. And he was going to do miracles. He had already called 3 demons out of some boats and some other stuff. But the church don't even know. They didn't wake up until they said Israel was at war. Well, it's a lot of stuff that didn't happen prior to that. A whole bunch of stuff. Just in the last 20 months. But y'all been sleeping. If it don't make the news, y'all don't believe it. God dang it, God been speaking. He been telling us. And we've been ready every single time. Because he said, I'm only speaking to those that have an ear to hear. The rest of them going to be caught off guard like labor pains. You don't never know when your water going to break. It just break. And it's too late. Ain't no stopping it then. You got to go on and push through that bad boy no matter where you at and what you doing. If you ain't prepared, you knew it was coming. You knew. He said, they don't want to see. And they cover their ears and say, la, 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 la. I don't want to hear nothing that's going to kill my vibe. I'm chasing a bag. And God said the rubies and the diamonds that they keep luring you in with, they going to throw them in the street. But a piece of bread going to be more valuable. So what we do, we buy yeast, flour, cornmeal, spelt, coconut, salt, oil. Because whatever my daddy say, I believe. He said mothers is going to be running up in the hills after they give birth and eating their children. Not over here, we not. He said famine is coming, just like he told Joseph. If Joseph would have waited till the news told him, it'd have been too late, because them giants was up on their head.
eating. I just said this war was happening during the 7-year famine. He just talked about how he went and kicked in all of Nimrod's storehouses, which means the smaller cells that were living in Nimrod's kingdom wouldn't have had no food if Og, Sihon, Ag, Ohiah, Mahiah, and Hahiah then came in, kicked the door in with their homeboys and snatched everything. It makes sense. But it was giants in Egypt too. It was giants in Persia. It was giants in China. You want to know how I know this? I'm sure. Bloodlines again. Not just timeline. Bloodline. Adam, Eve, and the kids. Seth. Let's go one page over. Oh, more bloodlines. Irad, Mahaliel, Methuselah, Lamech, Tubal Cain, Jared. Boom. That's when the angels came down in the days of Jared, 962, right there, the great great grandson of Adam. So 3 greats down from Adam is when the angel said, I'm about to tap that. Have you seen the Canaanite women that they thicker than 1,000? I'm about to go on and make her my baby mama. And teach her everything she need to know. So then what happened? More bloodlines came. And there go Noah. Oh, talk with Canaan. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we seeing something here. Lamech, we know he ran with Yuval, the giant, who was in this war with Og. Right? Lamech ran with Yuval. That's how we found out Naamah was a hoe before she got with Noah. While he was a drunk. And then boom, what's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here? Do you see this? Boom. What is going on here? And guess what's about to pop off? Let's just turn one more page. I'm about to show y'all. What start happening down at this bottom? Asian dynasties. Asian dynasties is going on at the same time that whatever is going on up here in Egypt and stuff is going on. Asian dynasties. They started already. They already been the dynasty, the Shang dynasty, the Wang Ti dynasty. So no, they was not all happening. And I be trying to tell y'all just depending on how they calendar run. Because guess what? While all of this with Jacob, Isaac, and Asher, and Judah, and Kohath, and all of that was happening up in Israel and in ancient Mesopotamia, the Wu-Tang dynasties and all of that was from China right there, boom. And Italy was forming. You see it? They go Italy right there. That's when they started. You see it? Greece, Athens, boom. You see it? So these was all running timeline right there together. These is the bloodlines, not just the timeline. Boom. See it? So all these people was living at the same time. Do you see this? Janus and Faunus, Latinus, boom, was living at the same time as the Lion Ying dynasty was going. You hear it. You see it. And there's Athens, Asia Minor. Then we got Egypt and stuff up here and Israel and them. So boom. Yes, these people was all living at the same time. But the way they spin it is like, oh, ancient. And who was alive then? Our homeboy. Where he at? Homer. 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 Homer who? Homer that told us that the original Greeks and Romans had dark skin. This Homer. That one that wrote the Iliad and the Odyssey. This one. This dude. So he would have known about the Asian giants. Because he traveled. He would have known about the ones in Italy, the ones in ancient Mesopotamia, the Cyclopses, because he was riding around on the boat looking at folks. God dang it.
Huh? You said what? You said you got to get all of these books about all of the other people to understand the whole story. Because when God say people spread out and they only came from two, it makes sense to go study about Adam's and Eve and these other kids and where they went. 63 of them. They had the whole world to conquer. Come on. Some of them went to Asia. Some of them went to India. Some of them came over here because it was all one landmass at that time. This is why you have places like the Solomon Islands and everybody over there is my skin color or darker with blonde hair and blue eyes, and they can dive and slow their heartbeats down and stuff. Dang. You mean like the people that's on what was it? Black Panther from the Water Kingdom? You mean them folks? And Avatar? Maybe. And the blue people we just seen in the book. Now that we know that Ohio and Mayhia and all of them is how we got a lot of these. Okay, so let's just do this real quick because I'm about to go. I'm hungry now. Before the 100,000 giant war that Og and Mahiah and Nimrod was in, you see this Nimrod, we're doing our research here. Boom, this is all biblical about the confused mistake and all of this. And then we're going to fight the Tarshian the giant. Like the Tartarian Tarsh? Because we know they do a lot of wordplay. Like Tarshish, like Paul of Tarshish. Now, what do they be showing us about the Tartarians? What exactly did the one world? You mean like when the world was one piece? Tartarians? What they got in here? Russia with love. What? And let me turn this damn light on. Huh? You said petrified giants in Norman, France, and Africa. We know these is the ones from the movie Noah. These is the ones from the movie Noah right now. If you go watch the movie Noah, this is what was right here. These 450 foot tall giant cats. We talked about that. Elephants. I told y'all. We know they went into the animals and if they went into the regular sized human women in Genesis 6 and made Nephilim that was 450 feet tall. What y'all think would happen when they went into the animals? This is how we got giant lizards, which I call dinosaurs, but what they used to call dragons back in the day. Because it says in Enoch they went into the reptiles. It says in Jasher they went into the reptiles, to the birds, to the animals of the field, and the beasts and the birds of the air. That's how we got harpies and stuff. And then our centaurs. And we just seen that it was originally they was black. Which makes sense because the earth hadn't been broken apart. It hadn't shifted up and down. It was all one piece. As to why we have Egyptian hieroglyphs here and in Japan. And the same stuff that's over there in Egypt is right there in Japan. They just look like the mountains that they own. But if you bust them down in there, they pyramids and stuff. Okay. So in Tartaria, there was giant Og and his homeboys. Stuff right here. What you think? You think them belong to Og them? Who made these steps? Who the hell made those steps? And those are regular people. I wonder who was using those. You see it? Could it have possibly freaking been these people? Could it have been these people? These guys. They make humans look like grasshoppers, like Joshua said. They probably needed steps that big. Because it was the Titans, the Nephilims, and the smaller cells all told us. Because these people are on horses, if you can't see. That dude is on a horse right here. They're walking, but he's on a horse. You see, and they look like ants. Those are humans crawling up there too. See them? And they're not even the size of the head of that second person. Yeah, see it? He's on a horse. There's 3 different sized people here. If you go back and look at most of your hieroglyphs, there's 3 sized people there too. This is what it's called, the Cultural Atlas of the Ancient World of Egypt. Yes, they built the pyramids. That's how you can't even get a human hair in between those. And they built Jerusalem too. Demons helped build Jerusalem, y'all. Y'all know Solomon is the Lord of the Ring. For those of you that didn't, now you do. Solomon is the Lord of the Ring. Who didn't know that? Raise your hand and I'm going to show you why real quick. Who knew and who didn't know? Okay. You did not know? Well, I'm going to show you in the lost books of the Bible. Right here. Look at that. Testament of Solomon, son of David, who reigned in Jerusalem and subdued all the spirits of what? The air, of the earth, and under the earth. And through them he also accomplished what? All the magnificent works of the temple in Jerusalem. They built it. And so what did God do? It was a demon that was attacking a boy. And so, because the demon was attacking a boy, a little kid, guess what happened? God granted Solomon a ring through the angel Michael that gives him power over what? The demons. The original Lord of the Rings was Solomon when he was building the temple of God in Jerusalem. That's why those Jerusalem stones still can't be moved now, because it was demons and giants moving them. Oh, guess what else this book tells you? This same book, it tells you about the sickness of the demons that's named after all your medicine that you get from the pharmacy. Right? Just give me a second here. So look at this. See that? Rick's Islap. If you take that RHY out of the middle, that's your RX. What does he do? He produces croup. Cause kidneys to suffer, cause ribs to suffer. I send gas and burning up into the bowels, irritable bowel syndrome. I make off with the minds, mental illness. Let me show y'all. And then we'll go down. This ain't all of them. But they had to come and tell the babies that are nonverbal, it's in here. Blindness in here. Epilepsy. It's one that say he go and get with effeminate boys and cause them pain. All kinds of stuff is in this. The BBL queen, she in here too. Y'all want to hear about her? The spirit behind women mutilating their body to look like a mule on the bottom but real pretty in the face. It's in here too. Her name is Onos Khalees. Yeah. My milkshake bring all the boys to the yard. They're right. It's better. For real. Like Bel Khalees. Did y'all know that's a real spirit name too? Baal Khalees. Bel, Bel, or it could be spelled like Bel and the Dragon. I think it's this big book, and I do this every time, don't I? It's in the other one, isn't it? Nope, it's in this one. Come on, where are you? Ezra's. Come on. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to show you something. Oh, there we go. Ugh. Ready? Look at that. It's a book in the Bible. Bel and the Dragon. You see it? Bel Khalees. Ooh. And yes, this is the Bible. Part of it is only Ezekiel or Revelations. But it's a book in there called Bel and the Dragon. Anybody watch Once Upon a Time? What was Rumpelstiltskin's son name? And what was Rumpelstiltskin? In Once Upon a Time. Balefire. Baal. Balefire. Do y'all remember the whole thing when the prophets of Baal was calling on fire from heaven, and oh boy, the prophet was laughing at him? He said, maybe if you yell louder, he'll come and burn your meat up. Balefire. Where's your fire from Baal? Remember, he's making fun of him in the Bible. He said, call a little louder. Maybe if you put some water on the ground, cook him some chicken, maybe he'll show up. The 400 prophets of Baal, remember? They was waiting on the fire to come down and burn up the meat, and nothing happened, and God sent that fire down. He said, now, my daddy here. Y'all remember? See how they be playing on y'all with the words and stuff? You see how they be doing that? Now, oh, who's supposed to be reading this? Watch this. It says, I now ask if there was any female demons. Solomon was asking, are there female demons? When he replied that there were, I said that I wanted to see one. Beelzebub, we know that's the demon mentioned in the Bible, went off and showed me Onos Khalees, Onoskeleis, who had a very beautiful form. Her body was that of a woman with fair complexion, but her legs were those of a mule. When she came to me, I said to her, tell me who you are. And she responded, my name is Onoskeleis. I am a spirit which has been made into a body. I recline in a den on the earth. I make my home in caves. However, I have a many-sided character. Sometimes I strangle men. Sometimes I pervert them from their true nature. Y'all, my whole iPad didn't die. Give me a second. They about to be upset. They didn't got real mad this fast. Wonder how many people hopping over to this side. Yeah. They probably done lost it over there. It died. I knew y'all was coming over here. It died. We've been on here 17 hours. I already know. I said, watch everybody come right on over here. That's why they need to be on YouTube. It's about to be back. My iPad died. It was getting good too, wasn't it? We back. My iPad died, y'all. My iPad died, but get you the CERCA TROVA 22. Everybody's like, I just came right on over to YouTube. Y'all petty. We back. My iPad died. We've been on here 22 years. Damn, I be telling y'all my devices. Everybody listen, if you like these classes, we have classes on YouTube. CERCA TROVA 22. All of these classes that are like this, they're on YouTube. Where is my eyes at? There they go. We've been on here 22 damn years. Listen, 169 minutes. I was gonna leave and go to TikTok. Listen, it died. We ain't seen 117 over here. Oh yeah, y'all not playing. Y'all is not playing. It got good to y'all. Who toes wiggly? Y'all are hilarious. Yep. Y'all better get on over to YouTube because that happens from time to time. So get on over to YouTube and get in there. Yeah. So y'all, I don't even know what y'all did here. I believe it, David. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We just over here learning, honey. We don't be worried about what they gonna be wanting to know. We just get it in for real. We just learn. Whose toes wiggling? This stuff make your toes wiggle. Let's go back because I know y'all didn't get to hear about the BBL girl. So let's go back to her. This is where the BBL spirit is coming from, ladies and men, because this is the men that got some nice BBLs too. Here we go. It says, I now asked if there were any female demons. When he replied that there were, I said I wanted to see one. Beelzebul went off and showed me Onos Khalees, who had a very beautiful form. Her body was that of a woman with a fair complexion, but her legs were those of a mule. When she came to me, I said to her, tell me who you are. And she responded, my name is Onos Khalees. I am a spirit which has been made into a body, and I recline in a den on the earth. I make my home in caves. However, I have a many-sided character. Sometimes I strangle men. Sometimes I pervert them from their true natures. This woman with a fat booty and the legs of a mule perverts men from their true nature. Most of the time, my habitats are cliffs, caves, and ravines, dark, dangerous places. Frequently, I associate with men who think of me as a woman, especially with those of honey whose skin is honey colored. For we are of the same constellation, and it is also true that they worship my star secretly and openly, and they do not know that they deceive themselves and excite me to be an evildoer all the more. For they want to obtain gold by remembering me, but I grant little to those who seriously worship me. What y'all think about that? It talks about spirits that creep in little boys' rooms in the middle of the night and hurt them. It talks about all the things that we are fighting right now. The Bible says in the very beginning that the spirits, it would be enmity against us and our seed and them and their seeds. Incubus and succubus are the ones that be on you while you sleep. And there's different ones. Some of them in here sit on your stomach. It just depends. But do you understand why now they don't want y'all to have these books? Who knows that Satan transformed himself into a man, into a woman, into a dog, into whatever he wanted to? Him and 10 of his hosts in the cave of treasures, before he had ever had intimacy with Eve, 10 male transformed themselves into women and tried to get Adam to come and be where they was at before he had ever gone into Eve. They showed him corn. And it says that Adam started to burn with lust. It wasn't until he seen it with his eyes and seen them doing the act. Now, what's crazy about that? People say, oh, I don't believe that. What do Lucifer do every time you see in a movie? He about to bang a chick out in front of everybody, right or wrong. Whenever we see that the Antichrist is about to be conceived or something with some satanic something, it is a whole group of people watching the leader bust somebody down in front of everybody, right or wrong. He ain't changed. And it's going to be something that God doesn't approve of. It's going to be filthy, something that shouldn't be seen by nobody. Guess what? All of that is in the cave of treasures. You want to know why they don't want you to read it? Because you would understand every single thing that's happening around you right now. You would not be asleep. You would be awake. You would be able to educate your children on who, what, when, where, and why. You would not be forcing pills down your throat, realizing that your children have spiritual gifts and they can see in the spirit. They can tell you the demons that are running through your house. Isn't that crazy that they silenced that? And then the problems in the house just keep getting worse and worse. Now the parents is at each other's throats because of the kids, and it's division, so the house can't stand, and divorce and stuff like that be happening. Oh, God said don't discount and discredit what these babies is telling you. You better listen to them, because you be too busy to see the spirits, and so then they can torment your children, which cause problems in your marriage. And they gonna make sure of it, because the demon's gonna be, I wouldn't let her do that to my son. Why you, and he's too, and okay, they be working on the whole family. See, y'all forget that God said because of what happened in the garden, that there was gonna be enmity, there was gonna be problems, there was gonna be animosity between the spirits and us. First of all, because they're disowned by God and he picked us up. And even though we sinned, we have a chance to still go to heaven. They messed up one time and it was over. It was a wrap. Finito. They ain't getting in no matter what they do. Once, one hitter quitter. We can mess up 1,000 times in a day and God will still let us back into heaven. He gave us the name that they got taken away. Barakiel. He took his name, the L, the name of God, all, A-L-E-L, Elohim, E-L, Allah. His name, he took it off of them. So where they was Samyaziel, they Samyaza. But he gave it to us. He named us, whether it be through the blood of Christ or where your birthright, he gave his name to us. This is why the races of the giants and the wars of the Jews is so important. They wanted the war that's happening right now is still from this. Because we know who used to live in those lands because we study. So the spirits are still running through the people. The disembodied spirits are possessing leaders, world leaders. The same ones that was here going against Israel 2,000, 4,000, 6,000 years ago. They got to possess if they a general, they got to possess a general. And if you haven't looked up the deacons and all of that and the soldiers and who is who in hell's army, you might, it's available on the internet. You can find out who's a deacon, who's a sergeant, who's a this, who's a that. You can find out their whole ranks. So then they're not going to inhabit a peon. And we know that most men that are world leaders are power hungry. And who is power? One of the 7 rulers of darkness of this planet. And is. That's in the Testament of Solomon too. The 7 rulers of darkness, the rulers in high places, as I just said, we was trained in high places by who? Y'all daddies, the angels? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right here. What's it say? Hold on, let me go back a page so y'all can see something. Oh. Nope. Hold on. These are the 36 bodies. Give me a second, y'all. There. Here it is. What's that say? Solomon interrogates the 7 heavenly bodies of the world of darkness and learns of their activities and the angels that could. Back before Jesus, you needed an angel to thwart demons, but we don't need that no more. We got Jesus. But the 7 heavenly bodies, the rulers of darkness, that's talked about, the principalities that we fight against in high places. Solomon got to talk to them. Oh, and what's their names? Let's see. The first said his name is deception. The second is strife. The third is fate. The fourth is distress. The fifth is error. Oh, the sixth, power. And the 7th is the worst. Our stars in heaven look small, but we are named like gods. We change our position together and we live together sometimes in Lydia, sometimes in Olympus, and sometimes on the great mountain. Now, why would Olympus and Lydia be mentioned in the Testament of Solomon? Didn't we just talk about them earlier? So those are the 7 ruling powers of darkness that the Bible in the church folks be the rule. We fight not against flesh and blood, but a blood. You don't even know the 7 rulers' names. While you fighting against the enemy you don't even know. How about you learn their names so then you know who to call out? And now that we know the sun drives a chariot, now we know how the sun and the moon and the stars is going to be judged because they're beings. They're actual beings. Just mind blowing. Because I couldn't figure out how the sun, if it's just a star, oh, because they're beings. And we found that out where in Enoch that the sun drives a chariot. It's a whole being. That's how they gonna be judged with us. I couldn't figure out how they was gonna be judged with us. But even when the astronomers and all these people are looking, the people that do the stuff, when they look in on a star, it's got 5 points, like a body. It looked like somebody doing like this. You can see the head, the arms, and the legs, and the trunk of the body and everything. So that makes sense how the stars was gonna be judged with us. The sun and the moon, because they're beings as well. They just emanate a light. Like the circle that they be showing you Jesus emanated around his head. Oh, like that. Right? Y'all ready for your own self. Y'all ready for your own dang self. Ain't enough. Right or no? Y'all ready? Who don't want to know? You still want to be in the I don't want to know? Honey, I got all I need crew? God is amazing. He is better than amazing. He is so big and so intricate and so deep and so high and so wide and so, oh God, you be like, wait a minute, hold on. I gotta sit down. What? This is unbelievable. He said, yeah, that's me. I'm unbelievable. Everything I do, everything that got to do with everything I do is unbelievable. Supernatural, as a matter of fact. Come on. Man ain't created nothing. He said, and everything been here before. So then, it's a record of it. And I'm going to find it. And from the looks of y'all helping me, and me looking, we done found 2 years worth, and we still going. We be having enough information for 5-6 hour classes and still come back and do a 2 hour class after that and still not talk about the exact same thing and still learn something new every single time. You see how they work? It be so good. So let me bust this out. I'm tired now for real. And look, just so y'all know, you see this? I was looking at Paula Tarsus now. When I be talking, look, that's the orgy, arg, procreation ceremony. Oh, yes. Who was doing that? Them. OG. What do people be mad if they don't get one? The OR used to be AR, like the Argonauts. But y'all know the other one I'm talking about. Uh-huh. The etymology of things mean a lot. They brought ecstasy. They brought lust and everything that had to do with that. So where y'all think that came from? The OG is when you busting back to back. What, and they had insatiable. Don't tell me. Y'all know the history. And Ogier and Og Air. Don't forget from Wheel of Time. They had knowledge of everything. They can make stuff grow and sing people into. They just gonna act like. I'm gonna screenshot that. What's that say? Introduction by Anak, keeper of the bodies. Who is Anak and where is Anak mentioned in the Bible? Would this be from the Anakim? The sons of Anak, where are they listed in the Bible? Can you tell me where their scripture is? The sons of Anak or the Anakim, keeper of the bodies? Where are the sons of Anak mentioned? In Exodus? The scripture. Numbers 13. Can anybody tell me what the script? Can y'all post the scripture? And then I gotta pee. 187 minutes, 3 hours. Boom, we're going on 4. Good. I said 30 minutes. I was gonna be on here. It's my freaking off day. Y'all do this. that's where I'm about to go. And I'm hungry. I'm about to go eat. I love y'all too. Even though y'all. Okay, so come on, tell me, what's the scripture say? Y'all can copy and paste the scripture. That's the issue too. I didn't never gonna make my coffee. Love y'all. What's that Numbers 13 and 33 say? You're welcome. 3 sons of Anak, Sheshi. Okay. What's the scripture say? Can y'all copy and paste the scripture? My YouTube is CERCA TROVA 22. Same name as this. If you type in CERCA 22, it's gonna come up on YouTube. Probably. Should, or even Google. What's the scripture number 13? It posted in pieces. Y'all know. We got 700 videos on YouTube, y'all. Over. And unto oh, there you go, Ash. Thank you. It says, and there we saw giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants, and we in our sight was grasshoppers, and they saw us as such. So the people that saw Joshua and them as grasshoppers was at this 1,000 giant war with Og. The sons of Anak, and Anak, the keeper of the bodies, was where the Anakim came through. Now we got to read about this 100,000 giant war and who was there. Matter of fact, I gotta pee. Y'all screenshot this and read it real quick while I'm out of here. Y'all can do it. Screenshot this real quick and read it. Now do y'all know why? Finding out who the Girgashites, the Gibbarim, the sons of Anakim, the all of them, the Rephites. Now y'all understand why it's so important. Why the wars of the Jews in Josephus is so important. They was not fighting regular niggas. They was fighting the demigods. So when you go watch Percy Jackson and all of that, that's all it is. This is all the Bible. For people that don't believe in the Bible, but you all over here in this, well, yes you do because you've been reading it. Because Hercules married Abraham's granddaughter. You can find that in the history of the Jews too. It's in there as well. Her name was Aphra. Well, her daddy's name was Aphra. Or Afar, like Afar, Egypt, or is it Afar, Nigeria, AFAR, or AFER, same person. Tell me who the what's the name of a wrestler in Japan? What's the name of a wrestler in Japan? What are they called? A sumo. And what do we always know about sumos? That they were what? Always big giants. They always depicted the Sumerians. The Sumer that moved all the way up. Seeking you shall find. Remember Chus, Cush, Maccabees, and the list goes on the way that the Inca, and the like. So the Inca Indians that was over here is the Inca that used to be in ancient Samaria. The Inca Indians was the folks that came over from there. That's why the same totem poles that the Indians use are the same totem poles that the Africans and the Egyptians use. The same rain dances that they do in Africa, in a place where it doesn't rain a lot, are the same rain dances that the Indians do over here. The same feathers and elaborate headdresses that they wear in Africa are the same ones that the Indians wear over here. The same type of mud huts that they make in Africa, the adobe in different people made over here. Oh, so when we go and we see that the indigenous, not the $5 Indians that got the real pale skin. If you know, you know. Folks talking about the Indian, yeah, the $5 kind. But the real indigenous Indians, or the real indigenous, had locks so long that they braided them down like the. Have y'all ever seen Mimi? Her boyfriend Stretch? Y'all see his hair? He would have been representative of an indigenous person. If you don't know who Lovely Mimi is, look at her boyfriend Stretch. You look at his hair, they would have braided that and put beads and stuff in it, just like we're in Africa. Oh. White folks, I love y'all, but a lot of y'all is not nowhere near Indian unless it was by SA. Because y'all need to go look up the $5 Indians. These is what y'all grandfathers did as to why y'all got the land that y'all not supposed to have. Hate to say it, but that Indian blood ain't in you. It's the truth. And it's facts. You can go look that up. They even got the sale of the record of the Indian card to say you were Indian, and it was the white folks doing it. And that's United States record. You're Indian only by cash, not by blood. Real life. You can go look it up for yourself. Sorry. It's the truth. It's a movie about it because it's the truth. It's the truth. That's why all black people be like, we got Indian in us. No, we is the Indians. We don't have Indian in us. We are the Indians. Every black person be, oh, my great great grandma was Indian. Because we the Indians, crazy. All the Indians prior to Christopher Columbus and them getting good in here was darker than me. Y'all done seen them with silky hair. The same way that lovely black mermaid did on the shores of Africa, and they was talking about it's a wig. Every hair that you see come out of a black woman. Black women, what do you mean? From the silkiest and the blondest of the blonde, blue eyes is not a white people trait. Sorry. There's plenty of people in Africa, dark black with bluer eyes than y'all's. Sorry. The Eve gene is a real thing, and it's not trying to pull nothing. It's science. It's proven. And the reason so many white women are going and getting their lips filled in, their hair filled in, and different body parts filled in is because it's in your DNA to be like your mama. Everybody want to be like their mama most times. And I'm not trying to be funny. It's a real thing. You want to look like your mom. Lip fillers, cheek implants, butt implants, hip implants, breast implants, melanin injections, tanning, perms. My hair comes out of my head in a spiral curl. You go get a liquid and put it on there and put a curl in there to make your hair look just like mine. Then you go get out in the sun and you lay there to get darker. And then you go and you get lip fillers to get full lips. And you get cheek. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just trying to show y'all how this is working out. It's not an attack. It's just the truth. Melanin sells for more than gold an ounce. Gold sell for 50, melanin for 50. Excuse me, not an ounce, a gram. Melanin sells for more than gold per gram. Gram, $50 of gold. $50 for a gram of gold. $450 for what my body makes naturally. And it's what's in olive oil and all of your beauty products. They stop the anti-aging process. That's why melanin sells for more than gold. Because there would be no beauty industry without melanin, because that's the anti-aging chemical. Because melanin takes radiation and turns it into energy. Melanin is in your computer, in your phone, in your TV. Sunscreen too. If you look at a white person with sunscreen on under a black light, they look like people from Sudan. Shall we look? Shall we?
Peace and blessing.
I never wore sunscreen because honestly, it felt a little fucking right.
I'm Abby, and I just want to PSA for like.
This is amazing. This is just amazing. Look at this. Please. Oh my God. This is amazing. This is just amazing. Look at this. Please. Oh my God. This is just. This is amazing. This is just amazing. Look at this. Please. Oh my God. This is just. That's unbelievable.
This is why black people are the most hated people on the planet. We're despised everywhere we go, but without us, you wouldn't see nobody. It's scientifically proven that black women carry every genome that you see, every race of people in her womb. This is why a woman, two black people can have a white baby with white hair and blue eyes and curly hair. I have a cousin right now. Her baby's father is dark. She's darker than me, and their son is light skinned with red hair and freckles. And we was asking both of them, he looked like both of them, so we know that he both of theirs. But how both of y'all make this nigga? You black and he blacker. And he looked just like both his parents, and he came out white with red hair and red freckles on his face. My oldest daughter, her dad is darker than me. And the day I had her, May 9th, on Mother's Day in 1999, the nurse asked me, was her daddy white? I almost kicked her. Because she was born with gray eyes, and you could see through her skin, honey, and she didn't have no hair. It was just a little wispy. I said, her daddy's darker than me. My half Mexican baby is darker than my baby that I got a baby with a whole black man with. My family is called a library because you could see through her skin, baby. I gave my baby sunburn. I didn't even know. Hell, the Mexican girl across the street said, "Oh, Mia, you mommy, she burnt you." She called her Bugs Life. She said, "Bugs Life, your mom sent you outside and gave you." Boy, every time I touched my baby, she was crying. I said, "Well, hell, I didn't know. I thought black people couldn't get sunburned. She did." She was only like 8 months too. Sorry, baby, I was sitting up outside in the sun. Nigga, what is going on here? Sit around the Arizona sun for about 20 minutes every day, because this ain't right. And burnt my damn kid. Burnt her real good. Didn't even know. She just cried. Her little skin was so pink. Poor baby.
And all her, both her kids just light as her. And the daddy is dark. No, I'm not in AZ, but all my kids was born there. Burnt her butt right on up. My homegirl Renee, she said, "Oh, Bugs Life." She used to call my baby Bugs Life. She said, "Mommy, she burnt you." Oh, Mia. I said, "She black people do not get sunburned." They took her to the doctor. They said she got sunburned. Oh, I was 19. I didn't know no better. Hell, I didn't do that no more. She was burnt. Poor baby. She fine now. She all right. She live. But did you die though? But did you die? mm-hmm. Listen. She was only my second kid. I didn't have that much practice. By the time I got down to the fourth, I was good. But shoot, she was only the second one out. I was still practicing. Hell, I was still practicing. I hadn't got that whole mom thing all the way down just yet. I was good. Yeah, shit. They was practice. They was practice for the other two. No, I'm just playing. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna leave it alone. Let it alone. So now that we done been on here 7 years, 2 minutes and 22 seconds, I'm about to go for real now. We never got to the Giants, but we didn't cover a lot of stuff, and I'm tired. I want to go do something else. Not this. I'm over it. So newbies, excuse me. Please go over to YouTube. I don't like saying subscribe, but if you want to see the classes that have already been, if you enjoyed this one, we have over 700 more under the live tab, CERCA TROVA 22. If you want to be a part of our makeshift university, we outside international, you're going to need to go to CERCA TROVA 22 and just register there. It's number putting your email in. We got some journaling things on there and some other stuff you can look around in there, play around. We building our app. It's been a minute. But we about to get it together. We'll have an app on. We got approved to be on the Apple Store and on the Play Store. So give us a minute. I'm grateful for that. So we'll have an app shortly. We could have been ahead, but Circle be having 1,000 other things to do. I sent out books yesterday, so there will be some people getting some books. Some people got books yesterday. Some people gonna get some books today. Today's my day off, and I can still work dang near a 5-hour class. Moving on. 4 hours for sure. So I'm about to go. I love y'all. I don't know if I'm getting back on. Who's making my app? I'm doing it. That's why it's taking so long. Because I got to do it. I started wearing sunscreen right here, 45. Come on, Auntie. I just got one question. Did y'all enjoy this class today? Did you learn something? That's really more of what I'm worried about. Did you learn something today that you didn't know yesterday? Anybody? Or even just compounding on what you already, adding to what you've been learning since you've been here. Even if it's just one thing, we doing something good. That's what I say. Okay. Okay, love you too, Mr. Darrell. Okay, I love all of y'all. I just want to make sure that every day you learning something more about my dad because he's great. And all of the stuff that happened, like we've been blinded, but it'd be so good to make your toes wiggle. Thank you. So, if you're new, shoot on over to YouTube. It's videos all the way back. You can pop in and out, learn if you want, like booklets. That's the easiest way to get it because I ain't got one. But as you can see, I'm showing books every day, so you can just screenshot and then put them in your little archive for when you get them. You ain't got to buy everything new. We go to used bookstores, Goodwill, thrift books. Find them used. That way you can get a lot more. If you can buy them used, get your books used. That way you can buy a lot more of them. And then you ain't, going broke. You can find them at garage sales. They be everywhere. Once you start looking, got a place what you need. Somebody book just got delivered right now. The Adam and Eve book name, Old Testament Supergraph. It's a 2-book set. Well, it comes with 2 books, and they said it's on sale for $52 right now. We do buy these for people that can't afford them, but we said if you can get your nails done and buy bundles and buy Casamigos and go out with your friends, you can sacrifice and buy your own. But if you can't, and $54 can put you and your family in a big bind, then we will help you, and you can just write to CERCA TROVA books. All I need is your address, but please don't take away from somebody that really can't afford to get these, because some people are on fixed incomes and things like that. But if you can spend the 54, God will bless you, and He knows if you're going to be honest. And this ain't just getting something for free. There are people that send in $2 and $3 at a time, or a little more, to help other people get the book. So if you can afford them, buy them yourself. Don't take from a person that really can't afford $50. Like, I've been in a place where my income was only $300 a month. So $50, no, I can't afford that. And there are some people that's their situation. So don't if you buying Ubers and I mean not Ubers but Uber Eats, you can afford to get your own books. But there's people that can't. They in a bind and they can't. So if you cannot afford these, they had 63 children. No, listen. We will buy them for you if you can't afford it, but we not just sending out. You know, some people like, oh, they sending out free books. No, because we believe that everybody should. These is like our school books, but you can get them on Amazon. Right in my bio, you can go up there and get them. They be different prices. Sometimes they $59, sometimes they $52, sometimes they $65. It just depends. No, they're $50 for the set. It's a 2-book set. It's these 2 books for $50. And it's worth it because it's over 60, 70 books that's not in your Bible that's in these books that will help you understand just Genesis that much better. Oh, yes. How do you register for class? You just go to my website and put in your email, and that's it. And you're a student here. We're going on our 3rd year, so come on in. We got freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. I'm thinking, is y'all juniors yet? There's some juniors in here, ain't it? Y'all working on juniors, ain't you? Yeah. CERCATROVA22.com is the website. Yes. Listen. For those of you that don't have them and you want to start reading now, I'm gonna show you where to go. You can read all of these right now. You can read it now if you want to buy them later. If you need them, CERCATROVABooks@gmail.com. I don't need a whole. Just put your correct address and your name. That's it. And maybe thank you for the books. I'd like a copy of the school books. But all that extra long letter stuff, don't do it there because I'm not gonna read it. I'm just gonna scroll up to see if you put an address. That's all I do. And I'm being honest. Because I don't have time for all that. And if you don't know your address, I'm not about to keep listening to Amazon calling my phone talking about we can't deliver it. We're just moving on to the other person. Know your stuff. But if you want to read them right now, you can go to Sacred Text right here. Right? Sacred Text. And see where it says Apocrypha right here? Oh, wrong side. See that? You click that. And you can read all these books right now until you get your others. So you would click this. Right? Go up here and see, look, boom, the first book of Adam and Eve, the second book of Adam and Eve, the secret of the books of Enoch. These are the 12 brothers of Joseph. Really good book. If you click right here where it says the lost books of the Bible underneath that and go right here, boom. What is this? Wait a minute, why are you doing that? There we go. See, what is that? The birth of Mary, the birth of Jesus Christ, the infancy of Jesus Christ, and a whole bunch of other books. Real good books. The Lost Gospel of Peter, the second book of Hermas. If you've ever heard anybody talk about the Emerald Tablets, that's what that is. The Shepherd of Hermas, the second book of Hermas, that's the Emerald Tablets. The third book of Hermas, that's all the Emerald Tablets. That's where they got the Emerald Tablets from. So, there's all of these books if you haven't ever seen them before. And then I'm going to go back. So, I'll go back here. Come on. Okay, so those of you that might not have seen it over here. So there's that. It's the Apocrypha. And here is the first book of Adam and Eve, second book of Adam and Eve, the book of Enoch, all of these. And then if you click this will take you to the birth of Jesus Christ. So you can read about what happened with his mama. You can read about his mama's birth, how his grandmother Anna was barren and or infertile or whatever you want to call that. And God opened up her womb and she gave birth to Mary. And then Mary gave birth to Jesus. Oh, thank you, Mr. Odell. Yes. And some of the books are on YouTube for text and audio. I keep forgetting that they on YouTube too, that you can listen to them. So, I love y'all. I'm about to go. Y'all have a good day. Oh, I hope y'all have a great day. I love everybody.